not all here, but I'll just start recording, and then hopefully...
Record Waffles audio issues.
Yeah. We might just... Well, hang on. So it was me and Tink that were there. Have we all met up yet? Has Beisha found us?
Everyone but Beisha.
Yeah, maybe start the campaign with like Beisha's a little bit, because Beisha hasn't caught up to us yet.
It'll be quick. I've just leveled her up, but yeah, no. I feel like I'll just make it. I don't want her too far behind because I don't want her to miss out on everything that's happening now. So I'll just say that she left not long after Amber and just got caught up in the forest and stuff. So she's not super far behind, but she'll arrive a little bit later.
Maybe she just got lost. Sounds about right.
You're the smart one of the group. How do you get lost?
I don't know when I became the smart one of the group.
So are we going with you
like...
got lost? Going with you got lost?
Yeah.
Alright,
I reckon she's like talking to some animal somewhere and like making friends with someone, and like the time just like passed by. Then she's like, oh, I should probably like find my friends. That's what I reckon is more.
Chasing butterflies.
Nope.
Yeah,
she's volunteered to be lost in the Feywild, so she's now lost.
Oh no.
This is what you wanted.
And then the campaign becomes us trying to find Beisha the whole time. God damn it. You sorted your issues yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my no.
Having issues with headset troubleshooting now. Could it possibly be that it's just Discord? Plug it in. Well, this is a very nice song. It's very relaxing. I'm just listening to my D&D playlist. Wait, let me link it, then you guys can all hear it.
Is it Spotify?
No.
It's because we do not have Spotify. I spot no flies.
I don't use that shit. I use YouTube Music only.
Yeah.
It's fair party.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We've always been able to hear you.
We've always been able to hear you the whole time. Like, did you just not hear us? Or?
No, not at all. So, it was very annoying. So basically my settings, I don't know why they've changed, but I had to go into the sound settings, and it was either letting me use the mic on the headset or the sound, but not both.
Through your computer or through Discord? So
through the computer.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, check that like your default device hasn't changed, because that like happens sometimes. It happens to me. Like, I'm used to this shit because I stream, so like I'm used to things going wrong, and like sometimes the computer just does that, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yep, I haven't had that happen yet. Oh, that was annoying. At least it's sorted now.
What is exciting though is that I'm gonna get some upgrades, because so when I upgraded my computer last time, remember Gizmo, how I got those computer parts from Julian's mate, Chris? He updates his computer regularly, so I'm getting his old parts because he's updating again.
So, parts.
So I'm getting a CPU, a cooler, He's giving me RAM as well, but I don't need it because the RAM I have is fine.
So what CPU?
And a motherboard.
What motherboard? I should be fine because I doubt it's.
I'm pretty sure it's an
DDR5.
it's not DDR5. It's an Intel CPU.
I
know that
has
much.
DDR5. Huzzah.
I know your computer's so weird. It's like a big cube.
I like it. I wanted one that looked like a big fish tank type thing.
When you put fish in it, they could
Yeah.
be used as the cooling rig.
Yes, I could.
Although if
Because
you
if I want the
use too
computer to
much-
work as a computer.
If you use too much processing power, it might boil the fishies, though.
All right. So,
Oh, yeah.
anyways, like D&D, we start now.
Yes. Are we starting?
Ye-
We're just gonna wait for Tink. Like she can just pop in later.
Yeah, we'll just let her pop in
Her
later.
character is
We
dead.
know we know she's gonna be late, so
All right. Cool.
Character is
Okay.
dead. Alright, sorry for a bit out of it. I feel like shit today, but we'll
It's
get
probably
on
that hot dog
D&D
you
once
ate
people
yesterday.
actually in.
I feel that. So I feel like shit mentally.
I didn't
and
have a hot dog
physically,
yesterday.
Oh yeah, you
I
did.
just had Pocky.
Yeah, it's probably the Pocky. Bad Pocky.
No, it was good Pocky.
Yeah, but it might have
what
been poison.
what are y'all on about?
Oh, he came to my work yesterday, and now he's feeling
Ah.
sick. So I'm trying to blame it on something on my work because it wouldn't surprise me.
Maybe it was just you.
Could be.
Your attitude made me sick.
Yep. Write a Google review.
I will. Blame it directly on you, but then you actually might get in trouble, so maybe I won't.
That they can't afford to fire me.
That's literally what I'm like. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, go
Being
on. I'd
fired
like-
isn't a threat, it's a reward.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally. At this point, yeah, literally.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So, Pete, you ever gonna jump on Fantasy Grounds, or what's to go with that?
Oh, I had it open before. Alright.
Nope, there he goes.
Oh no.
Welcome
What the
to the
hell
internet.
is going on?
Have a look around.
What is going on?
Hey, he's back.
Computer. I hate it.
What? What happened?
I went to minimize Discord and it quit it. And anyway,
That sounds like it was a you thing.
I was literally about to say, I'm just like, this sounds like a you problem.
it is, but it doesn't mean I don't hate this computer. That's just
Wow, rude.
Wow, you can't hate that computer. It's like your PC is better than mine. You shut your whore mouth.
Hey, I just spent like troubleshooting for ages on this stupid thing. Damn Windows. Alright, I'm opening Fantasy Grounds.
And while you
Good.
do that,
Dragon.
Philippine,
Baby dragon.
Yes.
you are somewhere
Oh, good.
in these woods,
Cool.
trying to find your way to where everyone else was.
What should I have open? Both of these things?
Do I know where I am in these woods?
Have you been to these woods before? You're trying to follow the rest after they left the cave. So you took a bit more time to tune to your item.
There's
Um,
Amber.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
where,
sure.
Where are we again? Oh, with the beady
Do you want
icon.
to make a survival check to see if you can find where they went?
Okay. This sounds like it's gonna go good.
Didn't I tell the shitty old landlord to like point her in the right direction?
Landlords never point you
You
in the
may
right
have
direction.
did, but if you actually not, don't think you're there for the full campaign, you guys had no idea which direction you guys were heading in, so I don't know how he's going to point them in the right direction.
I had no idea we were so high up on the map, to be honest. I thought
Yeah.
we were still down.
Nah, it was quite some time. They crossed the entire map.
Oh, that's right.
Nine.
Okay. There's the unicorn pond.
9.
Yeah.
So you think you get a trail and you kind of weave in and out the trees, and yeah, you are very, very lost.
Oh yay.
But you hear a ringing sound off in the distance.
Okay. I go towards the sound.
So you head towards the ringing sound, and it doesn't seem to be getting any closer. But you keep following it.
Can I roll for something?
Yeah, you can roll for something.
Roll for something.
Roll for plot.
what should I
Roll for plot
roll?
to happen.
Like perception or insight, or just like if I can try to determine what kind of sound this is.
Roll a perception.
11 plus 5. So 16.
So as you're following the sound, you do see some like forest birds and stuff in the wood, and nothing else seems to be reacting to this chiming sound.
Can I cast talk with animals and talk with the birds?
Yes, you can, if you wish.
Okay, I do that. And I ask them, firstly, excuse me, can I ask you a question? I was wondering, do you hear that sound? It's like a ring sound. And also, have you seen a group of, hold on.
Adventurous?
Three other people?
I hate when you see the GM roll.
Yeah, no, I'm
We
just
can-
seeing if there's actually seen them. What's the perception of that bird? Let's go crow. D&D crow. Their perception is I want to say it would be good, right? So
You'd
it's
like to
that
hope.
plus. Yeah, no. It's like kind of tilts its head when you mention the ringing sound. Like I haven't heard any ringing sound. But you can still hear it. But I did see some people. They kind of walked here, walked around in circles for some reason, and then I think they went up that way, and it points towards roughly the direction the ringing's coming from.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fare thee well. And then I'll walk off in the direction of the ring sound, I guess.
Alrighty then. Everyone else, you are, since Pete Amber just joined, you are here. After meeting
Hey.
up with Will of the Feywild and finding Star, who is now playing with a little mirror ball that you have returned. And Will invited you up into the treehouse for a chat, and he very nimbly and quickly runs up the tree, and you see 3 other kids kind of up in this treehouse, looking down at you guys.
Well, I suppose let's go have some tea in the giant tree. Does it have that big old man face on it? Like, is the tree alive?
Yeah, it kind of looks at you and does like a little you know that little nod that people do is like a little slight a greeting. So it doesn't talk; it just kind of does a slight nod.
Me every
Hail
day.
and well met.
One of the branches kind of bends down almost like a bow, like a formal sort of, but it doesn't move because it doesn't want to disrupt like the house on top. So it just kind of motions with its arm like a bowing sort of,
I
and
bow
nods at you.
back.
As Will's heading up, he's like, "Oh yes, that's Little Oak. Now come up."
Loke.
Nice to meet you, Little Oak.
And it does
I
the same
hop up
thing.
the
It's like a little
tree.
nod at you as well, like a little smile and a little nod.
I sort of scramble up afterwards. I assume I'm a bit less graceful at it.
I offer you a hand up.
I accept it.
The floor of the treehouse is covered with blankets, cushions, and piles of straw. Hanging from the 6-foot-high ceiling by a rope is a basket that holds apples, berries, sugarcane, and a few crumpled-up sheets of parchment. In one corner, lying on a cushion, is a rusty oil can that looks out of place. Heaped in another corner is a crude unicorn costume made up of polka dot quilts and a wooden horse's head that
That's
has a wooden horn attached to it.
Farron's kind of squinting at the unicorn like,
Wait a minute.
Seem familiar?
Yeah, so we met this,
it was a centaur, right, at the end?
Yes, the centaur.
So
On the road.
so we came across this centaur on the road up here. And they told us that we needed to go talk to some wise unicorn or something. And now, I feel like things are kind of adding up a bit. You feel me?
Well, we needed a unicorn disguise to get to the unicorn glade.
I want to go to the unicorn place.
I think that's what we needed, wasn't it? Because we kept trying to go there and we kept getting spun around.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the thing. There's a whole thing for this, but I had it in my book, but this app is.
I'm
not
pretty
in my
sure
book.
that's.
No, because yeah. I mean, apps that are computer programs are handy and all, but they're not as good as just a straight up book.
Yeah.
Sorry about the slight intermission. As Orpin is still walking through the forest, getting no closer to this ringing sound. Past this. Wow, we're actually a decent chunk through the book.
Hooray!
Good job, everyone.
We survived this far.
Most of. Bing bong, bing bong. So Will kind of looks at you, and he kind of frowns a bit. It's like, oh, you really want to meet the unicorn, hey? I mean, I
Well,
wouldn't
Out of
recommend
character.
it.
Why not?
Out of character. I've completely forgotten why we had to go see the unicorn again.
It was that they could have some insight into
What's
is it
happening
the
to the realm?
future and
It's
what's going on
basically
with
what's
the realm?
happening to the realm. The centaur you met was talking about how this realm's going to fade away,
Right.
and advised you to see the unicorn for more information.
That's right.
And we're here to collect what again?
I think we need because we need, in order to get to the unicorn glade, you either have to be a unicorn or a centaur. So,
No. Like the reason why we came here in the first place. Like, what are we looking for?
like whoever's stuff that is like from the witch.
Yeah. What are we collecting for it?
Oh, so the witch wanted
Portrait.
a portrait of us from her sister's house
Right.
from Scabatha. That's right. And also, I don't know if it was Oripin who had the thing jingle jangle when it was here. You know how you get the little jingle jangle?
What?
Or when you like come to the realm and then you're like something of mine is here.
the ringing sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't remember whose was here. I have to get that note up.
I'm pretty sure.
Because I think it was just
'Cause-
one of you that had it.
It wasn't me.
I feel like it was me.
No, yours is from the first one. We have to get.
It may have been Orpin or. Where are my notes?
You're
Why is
welcome to
everything-
go back and look in the video playlist because it'll be there.
No, I also have this written down in notes, but
So I'm pretty sure we need to get the thing from Scabatha to give back to the first witch to get your shit back.
oh, it's on the hard drop. Beerus. Yes. So either way, we're not there yet. So like, oh, you really want to see that unicorn, hey? I mean, I wouldn't advise it.
Why not?
Why's that?
The unicorn's just a no good goody.
No good.
She wouldn't be of any help, most
Goody
likely.
goody.
And one of the other kids in the room, a ginger-haired female wood elf. She looks quite young. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. I quite like her. Lamorna has been pretty helpful to me in the past.
What's the name? Lenorna?
Lamorna. Lamorna. Yeah, I can't pronounce words. What even is a word?
Lamorna. Well, these are all fantasy names, so you know.
No, this is real life.
Oh
So
crap!
we got Lamorna the unicorn.
Yep.
So, what was she like? I'm talking to the elf girl.
She will. She's very pretty for a unicorn, and one of the other ones a dwarf that seems to be growing his first whiskers. Speaks up. She's pure white, and she has a lovely dulcet voice. Like, yeah, you would say that, says Will. But the last one speaks up, which is a young female orc. Because but the only thing is, you can only really get to her if you look like a unicorn. There's some magic there.
Is that what your little costume is for?
Yeah, the Will kind of speaks up after that. Well, I have to admit, she's pretty stupid if you can't even tell the difference between a unicorn and a fake. Hell, I've even gotten there just by wearing a wooden unicorn horn.
Really? Just a horn?
That's all it takes. She's pretty thick.
Now, when you say thick,
I was literally thinking the same thing.
With
I mean,
one
we are
C
speaking
and a
to
K.
children, so
With one C and a K.
okay. Amber just had this moment of like, okay.
But the dwarf says again, you will need to summon her if you do get to the lake.
Summon her? How do you summon a unicorn?
There's a small ball in the center of the lake, in the little island. All you already have to do is light a fire in that, and she'll appear.
Oh, so just light a fire. Okay. Maybe I can finally use this item in my inventory that I have no use for, that's called dry wood.
But enough of that, says Will. What brings you all here? And how do you know Star?
Well, we've never met Star, but we've met Star's parent, Dolagron. And Dolagron found Star missing quite a long time ago, and has been very worried, so they asked us to keep an eye out, and to give Star back the mirror bowl. And hopefully...
You've given it back now, and Star's happy to see it back, and he's happy here. Or,
Oh, I think
taking
Star might...
because that's not
we're,
happening.
We're not gonna take Star. I think maybe that Star would just like to know that their parent is concerned about them, that's all.
And misses them greatly.
Yes.
Star looks a little bit sad after hearing this. It's like, well, you can go back and let them know that I rescued Star, and Star's happy and healthy.
Where did you rescue Star from?
From... I am so out of it today. Sorry, y'all. Don't know why.
Oh, good. It's a lot of info.
No, I such simple info as well. It's like, what's the name of the hag?
Scabatha
Scabatha.
Nightshade?
Scabatha. Yeah, that was the one. Oh, from Scabatha. She well, I've rescued all of these kids from Scabatha. They... Not sure if you've heard, but she likes to collect children to work in a workshop.
Ah,
I don't know where she steals them from, but I've been trying to rescue as many as I could.
I got a pretty good idea where she steals them from.
And I nudge Amber.
Mhm.
So, Will,
Yes.
we're not from here, in case you couldn't tell. We actually work at a magical carnival. And, how this all started was, people were going missing, and things were going missing, and there were these weird... I don't know, turns out they're like...
What would you call it? Like slaves or like of the witches?
They're like... I don't
Minions,
know,
I guess.
Minions,
I'd say
yeah.
minions.
There were these minions for these witches running around, which we found out later.
Yellow
and...
things, one eye. No,
What was it?
I'll leave my own chat.
Huh?
Yellow things, one eye. Minions.
Oh my god.
I'll leave. All right.
Get out.
These cancelled.
We'll
Goodbye,
continue
everybody.
the adventure without the DM.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Yeah, so anyway, we were in, what was it? We were in hither, and, now we're here to tither. 'Cause,
Oh, so you're taking a tour of the place, did you? Ah, so that's why you came here. You're after a guide to Yon.
I mean, eventually.
I mean, I guess so, eventually, but right now,
Oh, that
no.
makes way more sense. Xeno, go get, Squirt.
Squirt?
And, the half-orc, well, not the half-orc, she just thinks she's a whole orc, goes to the corner and comes back holding the, oil can. And she turns it around.
Hail and well met.
Is there an image?
I'm just thinking of the Tin Man now.
Squirt.
Oil can.
And
Oil can.
she kind of turns it around and you see like a kind of dents that kind of move to form a face. Like, new people.
Huh. It's kind of cute.
Hi! Nice
Hail
to
and
meet
well
you!
met.
Nice to meet you. I hear you need to get somewhere.
Well, eventually, yes.
Where do you want to go? I'm the best
well-
guide there is here.
Well, we already have a guide from hither to thither, but eventually we may need to get to Yon. That's the last one, isn't it? Yon?
Thank you right now, except I can't because I don't have enough oil. But whenever you guys get me some oil, I'm good to go. Whenever you guys want to go.
Where do you get oil around here?
From the boggles. And on that note, you can kind of see some of the kids kind of flinch
From the what?
from the boggles.
The boggles.
The Buggles?
Bobby
What's a Buggle?
the young dwarf speaks up. You see, Skipper keeps these boggles to kind of keep the children, I guess, mainly just scared. They're like these oily creatures that she makes out of the children's miseries.
Well, that's...
But
Well,
if you go to Lumarch, I think it's pronounced Lumarch, where she is based. You should find a few around there.
well,
But the if you are going to Lumarch, I would probably recommend seeing the unicorn first. We'll kind of size at that.
why should we see the unicorn first before we go there?
Because
Oh.
she's always talking about that, and she knows a few things and stuff. But well, Will says, but if you are going to Lumarch, don't you suppose you have any interest of saving some kids? I'll be in your debt.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, we're pretty good at saving people, so,
They he looks at Star. I don't want to lose Star, but if it does have a parent, if you do help me with this, I will also let you take Star when you guys are ready to take Star. But
Well, we only want to take Star if that's what Star wants.
you think
And
Star
also-
kind of nod at you and look a
also-
bit happier?
like I said, we work for a magical carnival. You're welcome to come by anytime. We give you free
Right.
entry.
I'm going to get Tink to roll this because she was the most magical. But who was the next most magical? I guess it would be Farron now.
It's
wouldn't it?
me! I got them magics!
Could you roll me in Arcana?
What is that? A 6 plus, do I have any
Think
added things to Arcana?
It's in the long list next to your
Under
stats.
intelligence.
No, I know where Arcana is, but
Yeah.
it just says 0, so it'd be a
Yeah,
flat
no,
6 unless
so
I have
flat six.
anything that adds to it since the
Yeah.
level.
So there's
I-
nothing. You don't detect
I have a
anything.
+3. Did you want me to roll it?
How do you have a +3 to Arcana?
Because I've got +1 to intelligence, and I have Arcana, History, and Investigation, and technically I get a +4 because of my fancy new rock.
trying to get people. I either wanted Farron or King
But you mean, like,
since they're more
intrinsically
naturally magical.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're more intrinsically magic.
All good.
And Oripin, you're following this ringing sound, and it comes to a stop. And as you go through the next few layers of trees, you see this big oak tree with a face and a treehouse on top of it.
I wave and I say, hail and well met, Mr. Tree.
Can any of us
slightly nods.
hear this? Can we hear Orphan?
Roll a perception because you're pretty high up. It'll be very kind of quiet.
That's an 18 and
Farron
I've got
hears it.
pluses.
I got a
Yeah,
19.
Farron hears it.
I'd know that voice anywhere.
And I like run to the window. I'm like,
Hey, Ari, up here.
I lean out the window. Hail and well met!
Do I see them?
Yes, you'll see
Okay,
them.
I
They're kind of
wave
outlined by like
back
backlights.
and just jump around all happily.
Come on up.
Can you help me get up? How do I get up here?
Farron, you may want to give her a hand.
and I give Orphan a hand up.
Good to see you. We were hella worried. Mm-mm.
Yeah, me too.
I knew I couldn't trust that landlord.
Bit suspicious.
They left me in the cave as well, but I woke up earlier. Then I ate a mushroom. It may have been a person. The end.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. The others didn't seem fine when I just walked into a clearing and said that I had had a nice mushroom. Apparently they'd been talking to it for a long time.
Oh.
Apparently it was very, very stupid.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Maybe it didn't know what was happening. I don't know. So
I like to think he went peacefully.
yeah,
Well, I mean-
agree.
That thing was as dumb as dirt.
I mean, I just thought it was a delicious mushroom. It didn't
I'm sure
even...
it was.
Also, I'm here too, says Will.
Hi.
Alright.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Will. This is our other party member, Aripin.
So you're here to help as well.
How am I helping? Sure. How am I helping?
We're gonna go
what
rescue
was
some
your name?
kids.
And on that note, I actually have a plan.
Ooh.
It's in 3 parts.
I do like plans.
Lay it on us.
So, part 1, and he lays out a Can I?
This Will guy is giving me like Peter Pan vibes, like, to be honest.
It is. This is all Peter Pan vibes. This is entirely and 100% Peter Pan. Except, yeah. I actually have. Because he draws a crudely drawn map, but I feel like I can just get the actual map and just draw on the map.
Look at what Bob Raven just posted in the goddamn chat.
Oh, I posted that ages ago.
When the sugar cane kicks in.
I only just saw that.
It's just that picture. He looks like he's going fucking mental.
Pretty much. Alright. If I share this, is it grayed out for everyone? Or can you see?
I see
can't
a
see.
I see nothing.
I
can't
see a
see
black
anything.
screen.
Alright. Because he draws a map, so I figure... Alright, so... He starts to draw. Now, this is a very detailed map, but you need to imagine it as very crudely drawn.
Crayon, gotcha.
Okay.
Jesus.
Alright. Do you guys also see the numbers? You see the
Yes.
numbers. Cool.
That's a good crayon.
He's a very... No, you have to
I know. I'll
imagine
mentally
this is really,
buzz it
really,
down.
really meh. So...
Look at this
Step
fun little
one.
man with the mustache in the
I know,
top
I was
right.
looking at that too. I always like looking at the corners because I know
Yeah.
there's going to be like something that's going to come up later, I'm sure, at some point.
There's a little clockwork bird in the other one.
I'm getting very, steampunk vibes from this.
Or
Why did that enlarge? Like, let's close that. So I've got many tabs open as I would do,
Mhm.
but when I maximize the map, it puts it underneath everything. All right. So can I draw? Ooh, let me draw. Drawing mode. Drawing mode. Boop. I can draw. Cool. So phase 1, says Will as he huddles over this thing. Bobby, Sloan, and Xenor, and he looks at the 3 other kids in the room, will creep through the woods to the west of the tree and hide just out of sight of the screaming scarecrows. And he
Whereabouts is
kind
that?
of draws on the map, so he goes come out from the west, hide just out of sight here.
I'm assuming the scarecrows are like the round L15. Is that where the scarecrows are? Is that it?
I'm drawing things on the west side.
Okay, so they're near L5.
I can't see. Oh, you're actually. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
zoomed in too far. Okay.
Meanwhile, I will sneak around to the entrance to the kitchen on the east side of the tree. And he draws it through.
Never eat soggy wheat bix.
And that is step 1, the approach. Step
You're in
2.
the kitchens, other kids are providing a distraction.
Step 2. This is where you guys come in. You will all enter the Goblin Market through here. Should done south side. And you'll be posing as travelers, because
Well,
We
We
are.
are.
travelers, so-
don't need to try too hard
you're
for
already
that.
playing your parts. Brilliant.
Well
I
done,
like your
us.
style.
I like my style too.
And I like kind of puff out like the side of my collar.
Good luck.
Now this is where the plan gets tricky for you guys. I need you to then purchase some sweets.
Ugh,
Hey.
don't need to tell me twice.
Why is this
I mean, that was going to
tricky?
happen
Do I
regardless.
need to know why?
Because there's a large variety. How are you going to choose which ones to purchase? Yeah, once you've done that,
The yummy ones.
that will also help you blend in. And then you need to arrange a meeting with the hag. You should be able to do that from the market. There's a couple of people you can talk to do this. We can tell you who that is after this plan, but
Should
there's
I screenshot this plan?
if you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't
alright.
really matter too much. So once you're in the market, there are 2 people you can talk to get a meeting. You can talk to a does she have name? Actually, no. Scratch that. He doesn't know you're talking about. You have to arrange a meeting. So ask around. Surely there's someone there that will be able to arrange a meeting with the hag. And during the meeting, the children will alert the screaming scarecrows, and thereby lure the tin soldiers into the garden. Did I mention the tin soldiers? There are tin soldiers.
You did not.
Well, now I did. They look kind of like this, and he sketches like a little face, which you can see in the top left.
Oh, it's the mustache man. Mustache.
And that enters stage 3. While everyone is distracted, you lot will free the captives from the workshop, located here, right by the market. So in here.
Why do we need to see the hag in order to get in there? Is it just to get us inside the building?
To get you inside the building, yes.
Okay.
And while you guys are trying to free the captives, I will climb into the textile mill and free the captives there as well. And he draws arrow down in. And once the children are set free, everyone will run back to Little Oak. That's the plan.
What about the tin soldiers? They're going to be lured away, but won't they be chasing the kids from there?
Yeah, won't they be in hot pursuit?
I can't really. They're little tin people. How well are they going to get through a forest?
I suppose.
Risk it for the
Maybe-
biscuit. Sometimes you got to live life on the edge, you know?
So, do we still need to go see this unicorn before we hatch this plan?
I think
Oh,
that-
absolutely not.
I think
says
that
Will.
would be a
But
good
the rest
idea.
go, yeah, I would. I was like, nah, you don't need to do that.
Will, it's a good plan. However, I think we should see the unicorn, even if they're stupid.
Well,
You know, just to cover all our bases. And hey, it might give you a little bit of extra time with Star, you know?
I mean, if you want, but make sure you come back here when you're ready.
We will. We won't be long. Hopefully. Could we borrow that unicorn costume?
Sure, it's a kind although there is few of you, you can only hold 2 people.
Do you have
Well,
anything we
like-
could use as horns?
And he kind of rubbles through the basket with the bits of paper and stuff in it and pulls out 2 other wooden horns. I got these.
Perfect!
They'll do.
So, who's volunteering to be the unicorn?
I mean, we could all just put on the horns. It should work fine.
There's only 2 horns.
There's 2
right.
horns in one costume.
Oh, right.
And there's 4 of you.
Well, I guess.
How big's the costume? Is it big or?
It's literally one of those costumes you see from plays where one person gets in the ass and one person gets in the head.
Pantomime horse.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, you and Ari are about the same size, so I guess this is gonna be for you. And I'm just gonna put this horn on my head, so I have fun!
And I place the horn on my head and I like head out.
Amber glares. Amber just glares at her the whole way out. It's like, all right, Ori. I suppose we're going to be a little Shetland pony of a unicorn.
I suppose so.
So what are we saying about Tink? Like, what's Tink doing right now?
Since she should just be coming late, I'm just saying she's falling behind. So, quietly following behind.
All right.
I give
Well-
the other horn to her character then.
I suppose let's just wrap all this up and take it with us, and then when we start getting into the weird maze thing, we can put it on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. See you,
when
Will.
it
See you,
comes to
children.
mine,
See you, Star.
yeah.
We will be back.
Pretty well, they all say.
Bye.
Come back when you're ready to initiate the plan.
Alright, so we're
See
heading
you,
off.
Liloke. I pat
We're
the
off
tree
to
anyway.
see the unicorn, the wonderful unicorn of
Thither.
Tither.
As you're thinking that, we're off to see the unicorn, the wonderful unicorn of, and you kind of hesitate, and you hear one of the kids yell from the treehouse, "Wayward Pool!"
The wonderful wizard, the wonderful unicorn of Wayward Pool. This has no rhyming scheme.
Well, you're the musician. I don't know what you expected from me.
I'll come up with something later. The whole way there, Amber's just sort of like going through beats in her head, seeing if she can make something phonetically work.
So you're all heading off back to the pool. Can I please not have that? Thank you. Do you still have your world map up?
Yes,
I don't.
I do.
But it just appeared, so that's all good.
So you wander down. It takes quite some time. I should roll for a random encounter. Do you
Oh,
guys have a
good.
random encounter? is the question.
Me waiting for the roll.
That random count you guys got last time with the pixies, like, over the doorstop, was
Yeah.
such a perfect, and one for Amber. Too bad Amber wasn't there.
Yup.
Yeah, you told me about that. I'm mad. Amber's mad. She doesn't even know why, but she's mad. It's like, did I miss anything? No. Uh-oh, the DM rolled a 1. Is that good for us or bad for us?
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck. Please don't be the fucking
Oh, no.
Jabberwock or whatever the fuck it was. That's right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wait, is that what that fucking thing is? The thing that's flying over there with the weird backpack? Is that the fucking Jabberwock?
The Jabberwock has a backpack?
I don't know, but it's like some
Where are
weird
you looking?
dragony thingy. The thing
top
up
right.
top
under
right.
feather.
Is that the Jabberwock?
Possibly.
It is. It's fucking the Jabberwock.
No,
We-
the fucking Jabberwock's terrifying. Way too more terrifying. I think I showed you a picture of it last time.
Did you?
Okay,
I
it's this
accidentally made a
Hellspawn.
pointer.
Why is there
This
a
is-
pointer all the way over there?
I made that by mistake. I don't know how I did it.
I can't
Okay.
be bothered to get rid of it. It lives there now.
And now I can't move the map.
Jabberwock. Yeah, it's this Hellspawn.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it's-
that's right. I remember that the peeled grape eyes. I remember.
Yeah. He doesn't have a backpack at all.
What are you
Where's he
talking
gonna keep
about?
his
It's
fruit
just
roll-ups?
adorable. You just want pats.
Pat's right in his glistening eyeball.
Ew. Imagine patting an eyeball. All right, what's the encounter, DM? Come on.
Well, he brought up this picture for a reason.
Oh no.
So you
I closed
encountered
it.
Jabberwock. No. I gotta get rid of. There's some old tokens here from way back when. Let me just delete token. Do I have to delete these individually? Oh god.
Hold.
Hold. Hold. As you're walking through, roll perception, everybody, and whoever gets the highest is the one that sees it.
17 plus... What's my perception? 2. So 19.
10.
24.
10.
10.
So who got the highest? Is it
I did.
Amber.
19.
Amber?
I got
Amber.
24.
Oh, no,
yeah,
sorry, you
European
got
got 24.
24.
As you're walking along, European, you notice off the side of the road a bit is a owlbear.
Oh, cool.
Ah.
Oh, hey, look, guys, there's an owlbear over there.
An
Hail and well
owlbear?
met.
It hasn't noticed you yet.
Oh, hail and well met. I don't want to startle it.
Let me see if it hears you.
I whispered. I whispered to Ori. I'm like, psst.
It hears you,
Oh, fuck.
and it kind of looks up, and you notice that it's kind of got almost like a bridle on, and it looks like it's yoked to a old dilapidated elven chariot.
Oh, it's someone's mount or steed. Hail and well met.
It just kind of tilts its head. There's an icon
Oh,
for it.
God, I'm
maybe.
triggered. I'm so triggered.
do I want to know why?
Oh, we got fucked up by an owlbear the very first time we played D&D.
Yeah. I tried to help.
He really did too. He really tried to help, and
I had it about to ready to fall asleep, and then some person decided it would be a good idea to start hacking up pieces of a dead horse in front of it.
Oh,
I
that
don't
seems like
know
a bad
why.
idea.
Nah,
it
you
was.
don't say.
I'll put it this way: I was the last one alive, sprinting away from it and continuously casting like freezing spells so that it could just not catch me.
Oh, fun.
And yeah, so you see this owlbear.
Is
Hail and
there,
well met.
is there anything to notice about like the chariot, anything of important? Is there anything that sticks out?
You can't see too much from this distance, but you do notice there looks like quite large scratch marks across the chariot.
I suppose we should investigate further.
I have
keep
a
your
feeling
eyes-
that this has something to do with the Jabberwock.
It might do. Well, if this person's fighting or been fighting the Jabberwock, then they might have some useful information about it. And it seems like they live to tell the tale.
Farron creeps up to the chariot.
From which side? From the side away from the owlbear, or the side with the owlbear?
Side away from the owlbear.
Yeah,
Just
the and just watches you, and can kind of see it's pulling on the things that are tying it to the chariot. But it almost like it's very curious. Cautious is the word. Like kind of wild animal that you just approached. But it can't get to you from your angle that you approached.
I appear inside the carriage.
Inside the carriage, you can see like bits of flaked off wooden stuff where it's been scratched. Some traces of blood, and on close inspection for the scratch mark, they seem to match the kind of size and like a distance apart of the large footprints you found.
Yeah, this is definitely the work of the Jabberwock. This doesn't look good, guys.
Hey, Mr. Owlbear, where's your, owner?
I think we should set this guy free. It doesn't look like he can get himself loose.
I think we should at least make sure he's friendly first. Maybe approach him carefully with a hand out, see if he sniffs it.
You're probably better with animals than we are.
You go, Ari. You're the least intimidating. No
Okay.
offense.
Okay. And Ori goes and does that.
Roll me an animal handling check.
18 plus 3.
It kind of slowly moves towards you and smells your hand. It seems to calm down a bit.
Can I pat it?
You can pat it.
Ori pats it. He's so soft. He's friendly. He's friendly. Bit scared though.
Farron kind of slowly walks over and crouches because obviously Farron's quite large, so she's trying to make herself look less intimidating to the owlbear.
Amber's keeping an eye.
You're
upwards.
quite large, but this is an owlbear, so
Yeah, they're chunky.
they're chonky.
What happened here, big guy? Where's your owner?
It kind of tilts its head, looking a bit confused.
Hmm.
And how tall are you, Farron?
I'm 7 foot.
Yeah,
foot,
owlbears are usually around 10 feet tall.
Okay, so.
Ugh,
So just a
massive
bit taller
chunk.
than what Fallon was, because Fallon was 9 foot. So.
What do you want to do? Should we get him to come with us? Does he seem friendly enough, Ari, or?
He seems to be friendly enough.
I don't know, I feel bad leaving him out here by himself. Like, there's no sign of whoever this carriage belongs to, and, I mean, to be honest, I don't think there will be.
Ori, your knowledge of animals and stuff, you know that, you know a bit about owlbear, like animals this size, and you would say that if you did want to take it with you, you would probably need to feed it at least 8 pounds of meat a day.
Oh, that's a lot. Owlbears are big. He would need a lot of food if we take him with us.
Should we let him go, or maybe we should send him back to Will, or I don't know. I don't know this area, but I feel bad just leaving him here.
This is where forgotten Tink's character's name.
Aurora?
Aurora, that's the one that kind of speaks up. Owlbears are pretty normal around here, so it would probably be okay in his own in the forest.
All right. Don't make me
And I start to, and I was like,
don't make me regret this, big guy.
and I start tying him loose from the carriage.
Are you undoing his harness and stuff as well, or just tying him loose from the carriage?
Tying him loose from the carriage so that he can, like, run away, basically.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you all, doesn't really run, but just kind of lowers his head a bit, turns around and slowly walks off into the forest.
Aw. Poor little guy.
Hope
Well,
he's gonna be okay.
I put a
Stay
picture in
safe
chat of what
out
I
there.
imagine he looks like.
So as you're untying it, you would have noticed that on the harness has actually got a name engraved.
That's so cute!
Her name is Juniper.
Oh, but I want to keep her.
Farewell, Juniper.
I just mentioned the food thing because my rule, it says here, that can calm Juniper and use her as a steed. The owlbear must be fed at least 8 pounds of meat every day to keep her docile. If she goes just one day without a proper meal, Juniper turns on her new owners and tries to eat
God.
them.
Yeah, we don't need that noise, but
And I'm like, that seems alright, but that's a lot of meat to get every single day.
yeah,
So
and
they
I
have to
can't really.
feed her most
Yeah,
of the kids.
exactly, and like we're not exactly hunters either. Like,
Amber would like to investigate the carriage, like the marks and everything, just to make sure we've put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Investigation, so it's +3, +4, so 16.
So you follow like the trails of blood and the scratches marked. And remembering back to the footprints you saw before, because you still don't know what that was, but you know, because the claw matches, like marks match them almost identically, that whatever left those claws before looks like they swooped in and grabbed whoever was in this chariot.
we saw it though, me and Tink, didn't we? We saw the thing, right?
I think you just saw the footprints and stuff. I don't think you actually
No,
saw it.
I'm pretty sure, like, because didn't we like see it in the sky or something?
I know I failed a check, so I didn't see anything.
I think I'm possibly. I might have just used that as an excuse to show the picture because like I'm on
Oh,
pictures.
okay.
Maybe.
I just assumed
Yeah.
that we had seen it because I knew.
Yeah, but even
like,
still, you don't know what it is. Like, even if you saw it, you don't know what it is. It's some sort of dragony. That's a small dragony looking thing.
Well,
let's just say monster at this stage.
Yeah,
It's-
monster.
came from above, so try to keep trees above us, I suppose.
That
Is
sounds
there
like a good
anything
plan.
else left in the chariot, like gear or anything?
You find some scraps of food, and
I'll pocket them.
Yeah, and right, trinkets. What looks like trinkets?
Ooh, trinkets.
ooh,
You find
trinkets.
And Farron's eyes get all very big and glowy, like as she
See
does
that?
that. As she does that weird little fly thing with her hands.
I was thinking of the like awooga eyes. You're like awoo.
people trinket table. All right, so you find. I'm gonna say you find 1d4 trinkets in there as well. You find 2 trinkets. You find a. A crystal orb. Found a crystal orb,
Crystal orb. Okay.
and you can sense some magic coming from the orb.
Well, I'll investigate that. What's the other one? Farron can have the other one.
And the other one
Well,
is.
it depends on what it is, I guess.
The big pile of shit. There you go, Farron.
You find as you pick up the other object, it's a little wooden mouse figurine that squeaks when you hold it.
Oh.
Ah,
This is
cute.
adorable.
I was
There
like,
you go.
ah, that's cute.
And I hand it to Oripin because I feel like she'd appreciate it more than I would.
Oh, I love it. Thank
Um,
you.
I know it's just a trinket and it's probably not anything, but can I use Identify on the orb?
Yes, you can.
It takes me like 10 minutes to do it without using a spell slot, so I'll just
There's
sit
nothing
down and
around
do
here,
this.
so yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna use some new magic. It'll take me like 10 minutes if you guys just want to like have a sit down. I'm just gonna figure out what this is.
Farron just flops down on the grass.
Keep your eyes up.
Ugh.
This is the identifier. This is something you've never seen before. This is like very like old sort of lost magic. It is an orb that allows elves to sleep.
Oh,
Wait, hey! I think I got one of those. Hang on.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure I do. Where the fuck is it?
I know I've heard it before, so.
fascinating.
I feel like you might have won it at the carnival from something.
No, I had it like right from like the beginning. Like when I very first made my character, I think.
Yeah,
like,
because
we
people that
When you
work
just
there
rolled a
got a
random
trinket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like a pinwheel
Um,
that constantly spun. But I done traded it for something.
I must have traded it because I don't have it written there anymore. But I
Possibly.
know that
think it
I
went
know
to
I
the well.
definitely
I'm
definitely
pretty
had
sure
it.
it went in the well with the pixies that time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, yeah, in case you remember, the point of tricks, or trinkets in this place is they're basically currency.
Yeah. Alright, well, this weird orb lets elves sleep. This is old magic.
Hey, I used to have one of those.
Oh.
I'm gonna laugh if it's like actually mine though.
Yeah. It's just like you drop it out of your pocket and Amber finds like, oh, look at this strange old
What
magic.
you did notice on the orb, and as you put it in your pocket and it's never seen again, is very lightly on the base of it is scratched in property of Farron.
property of the carnival. Do not remove from premises. It's probably a poor elf who really liked sleep back there.
Well, both the owners of the
Oh,
they haven't slept since you left.
God. Well, elves don't have to sleep; they can meditate.
Yeah, but maybe they want to sleep.
That's a good point. I don't think I could get by
What
with just
time?
meditating.
What time is it? Like in this currently in the D&D universe.
It's getting pretty late, so it's probably 7 p.m. So it's not like dark yet, but it's getting quite late in the afternoon.
Guys, I think that we should set up camp. It's getting starting to get dark.
All right,
I
but
don't know that this is the best spot for it, though. I mean, like, we did just set an owlbear loose, and there's something attacking people from the sky.
I feel like Juniper is not going to attack us, and I mean, what are the chances that this thing is going to attack this same carriage twice? It already took its meal. Is that okay to say?
Oh. I don't think that's how animal hunting areas work.
No.
But sure.
I think that when they get food from somewhere, they're like, "Oh, this place has food." And
Yeah.
go back there.
Amber shrugs. She has no idea.
Well, we need to set up camp somewhere, so
Well, wherever it is, let's just make sure it's under some heavy tree cover. That's my advice.
everywhere around us is heavy tree cover.
Well, the
We're in
what's
a
it?
cave or something.
Can we see any caves or something nearby, DM?
Roll for caves or something.
Caves or something.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Do you find a cave that looks like a old owlbear den? So it's pretty big. You could tell by the outside there's some cobwebs and stuff that have built up on the entrance, so you're pretty sure it hasn't been used in quite some time.
Well, this'll do. Come on, gang.
All right.
Okay.
Also, if one of y'all could light a fire, I still can't do that.
What's the deal with our curses, DM? Like, is that still a thing? Or that was...
Yeah, until you
Yes.
get your thing back.
you still stay cursed until you get your thing that
Well,
you lost.
I assume as much.
And since Aurora's still not here, I'm just gonna roll for her for another. Okay, in that one,
Uh-oh.
she. I'll see if she noticed the thing way back, but I'll have her bring it up. But she did not notice.
Uh-oh.
Not at all.
I don't like that.
Not at all.
Notice what? Yeah.
Don't even worry. Don't even worry about it. It's nothing. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, heck.
For no reason at all, Amber just shivers.
You right there,
Ooh.
Amber?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, just a weird feeling, like something was missed. I'm sure
Right.
it's nothing.
Right, we got some snacky doos.
Yeah, you guys have some snacks, so play some tunes. Would you like violin or the flute?
Ooh, I think you should try out your new flute.
All right,
Mm.
I'll do some fluting. I'll
Sounds
make
nice.
it quiet so it doesn't echo too much in here.
Should
He plays the wrong song. Everyone but him runs out of the cave, being affected by fear.
Yeah, no, I'm not using the flute for its like terrible sadness fear generation.
Just like the idea of the rest of the party, just I'll play some songs. Everyone just starts screaming and sprinting out of the cave.
Well, if we have any intruders, I'll have a handy weapon nearby.
A song literally just came on and it's literally flute. This is perfect.
That's suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Alright,
Don't
so we
be
have a
suspicious.
long rest and then
We have
it
a long
is-
rest. Wait,
I'll stay
wait.
up and
You get through
No.
the night. You have a long rest.
Huzzah!
I was about to say I'll take the first watch.
So you took the first watch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in the night you see on the first watch some motion just out of sight in the woods in the cave.
What does
I
it look
don't
like?
like that.
You can't see, it's just kind of like some bushes shaking, and you know you feel like you're being watched, but it doesn't get too close, and you don't really feel the need to alert anyone yet, 'cause it doesn't seem to be too much of a threat. And after a couple of minutes, it vanishes.
Hmm.
At this
Well,
point, Farron is getting up to do second watch.
Alright, I report everything I've seen and heard. I don't think it's worth waking you all up for, but probably best if we leave early in the morning.
Okay, well, you guys get some shut eye. I'll stay
You've got-
alert.
You've got better ears than me. Maybe you can hear something if it comes back.
Okay.
I go and have a lie down.
So you go through your watches. Nothing else happens for the rest of the night. And the next day comes with sunrise, as days usually
Amber gets
start.
up early and brushes her hair 100 times.
In the cave or out the cave?
In the cave.
In the cave, yeah.
Yeah.
And you wake up. You all, if you have rations, all consume a ration.
I also got some scraps of food from that thing. Does that count as a ration?
It's food. Just consume one thing of food you have.
Alright. Rations. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just delete that scrap of food that I just picked up and just count that as the ration, and I've
Yep.
still got 8 rations apparently, so that's good.
Yep. And yeah, you do anything before you head out the cave, or are you heading out?
I'll have a quick look around now that it's morning, and I've got
So you-
dark vision.
So you look around and you kind of head to where you saw the rustling, and you see some smallish but rather deep footprints around the bushes around the cave. They're quite deep, like almost like they were very heavy. If you
almost
had to
like
guess, they were
heavy
left
iron boots.
almost like heavy iron boots.
Well, fuck.
And you don't look too far, like you don't want to follow them too far, but you kind of look through the woods a little bit, because this was actually an encounter, but I figured you should get something for it. You find a red cap.
A red cap.
Red cat's corpse. It looks like it has
Oh.
been mauled by an owlbear.
Huh.
Ah,
Oh,
well, looks like Juniper found our dinner.
Is there anything left on the red cap?
A metal sickle.
I guess I'll take the sickle. Unless one of you guys wants this. I mean, it's sort of... A sickle is a druid weapon, traditionally, but I don't know. I guess you usually use a bow, don't you, Ori?
Yeah, I have. Well, my bow is like not an actual bow.
Oh yeah, you like make it out of magic.
Yeah, it's a magic. I have a scimitar and a quarterstaff.
Alright, well...
I have a bow and the daggers, I think.
Well, music is my weapon, but if one of you wants this, it's probably worth keeping a hold of.
If nobody else wants it, I'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah, or he takes the sickle and just kind of like tacks it behind her back.
And
Is there
if
anything
you
else in the like area where it was killed? Like nothing else around?
a survival check.
Survival. Ooh, I do not have a good survival. Oh, actually, I got +1. Holy shit! I rolled a nat 20.
Nat 20. You find a bush and you gather 4 good berries.
Oh. Hey, I found some good berries.
What are good berries?
They're like a magical fruit, like you eat
Yeah,
them.
so it's like a berry. You can eat a berry. It's pretty much equivalent to a full day's worth of food, and it also heals you up.
Oh, that's handy.
It heals you for like 1 hit point per berry.
I think it's actually more. I think they're pretty. But I think you can get a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's a spell you can get that you just make
Yeah.
like 1d4 of them.
Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Well, I give 1 berry to each of us, because there's 4 of us.
Thanks, Amber.
No worries, I literally stumbled arse first into him, so yeah. Berries. Onward to the unicorns. Or the unicorn.
So you keep heading in the direction, and you get to a point where you kind of like. We passed that tree a couple of times before.
Ah, feck.
Farron puts on her horn.
Alright.
And you look ridiculous. I just wanted to add that in.
I was. I reckon I would look. You know how like rabbits get that deformity where they like grow horns? Like it's actually like a thing.
What's it called?
Jackalope?
Yeah, like it's actually a real
It's not
thing.
an actual deformity. It's a mythical creature. But yes.
Yeah, there's a mythical creature called a jackalope, I know.
It's 100% a real thing. Like it is a real thing. They have it in like oddity museums and stuff.
Oh.
Which is where they think the myth of like the unicorn and stuff came from.
It also wasn't helped by Vikings, because Vikings used to sell narwhal horns to
So
like
it is
English and stuff as fake unicorn.
the papilloma virus, and it causes horn growth on animals.
Ooh, okay,
Papilloma
that's
virus
interesting.
rabbit.
Yeah, hang on, I'll try and find one.
Oh, that's gross and unfortunate.
Yeah, yep.
But no, it's true
Wait,
thing. It was
did
one of the
you-
biggest money makers of Vikings.
Did
Was
you
selling
post the
narwhals.
pictures somewhere?
Narwhals, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'll look at. What was it called?
Just type in rabbit. Just type
Papilloma.
papilloma virus, or just type in rabbit horn disease, and it should come up.
It's not the myxomatosis virus. That rabbit's got the mixie. That's what Mixie from the Ferals was named after, because she's a rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Oh no.
But yeah, I only found out about it because I went to the Space Cowboys Oddity Museum, like at the Fringe one year, and he had like all of these like stuffed rabbits, and like they had like the horn deformity things, and that's when he was like telling us about it, like where the like myths of like unicorns and like jackalopes and stuff came from was actually from a real disease. Yeah.
Okay. When I looked up just papilloma virus, apparently humans can get it, but it's like
Yeah, the
it's
human
best to-
papilloma virus. Yeah.
I think if you animals can get it. I don't think it's limited to rabbits, but I think it's
No,
more
it's not
common.
limited. It's not limited to rabbits. Lots
Yeah.
of animals can get it.
It's a
Yeah.
zoonotic disease.
What if
Here's
Beerus
a
had? What
more-
if Beerus had little horns? Beerus, do you want little
Here's a more
horns?
fantasy version that I found on the interwebs, if it wants to load. There we go. That's a much nicer version.
Yes. I like the mythical jackalopes more.
Yeah. Alright, Amber Amber just sort of gives a bit of a snigger to how how Farron looks, because the DM spelled out that it looks ridiculous. It's like, alright. Now that foolishness is over, Ori, help me get in this horse costume.
Okay.
Do you have any preference for the front or the back?
I was going to suggest that we flip a coin for it.
Alright, works for me. Do you want to just roll a dice and odds? It's me, evens, it's you.
Yep, sounds good. I'll just do like a.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Farron's
Yep.
like,
So what sound does a unicorn make? Ooh, I am a unicorn. Look at me doing unicorn things.
and like I'm just walking through the forest, like
I'm not an expert,
Just doing
but I'm pretty sure it's not that.
Off in the distance, you hear what you think is a poacher. Oh shit! I hear a unicorn.
I swear, if I'm gonna get shot. Ori, how did that coin work out?
It was evens.
Alright, then
think
you can
me.
have the front, I'll be the butt. Unless you prefer to be the butt.
I prefer not to be the butt.
Alright. I help put the head on and everything. We start awkwardly trotting forward.
Farron's like, who's the butt of the joke now, Amber?
Amber's
Don't
just
be an
silent.
Amber's like, I don't get it.
There's no need to be an ass.
You get
You hear Amber, and it sounds like she's scribbling something in a notebook back there.
Oh no.
I am noting this for the future.
sorry, Julian just came in. What did I miss?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
Amber
everyone was just being an ass.
to Amber because she's the arse. You get it?
Did Julian come in because he wants to play? What's going on?
No, he was just giving me a
Damn it.
petrol receipt.
Petrol receipt.
I
That's a
heard
high
Pepsi
adventure.
receipt. Like, why is he giving you a Pepsi receipt?
Pepsis.
You're buying too much Pepsi.
It's a
This
problem.
needs to stop.
Time to stop. Your room is literally made of Pepsi cans.
Why can't you drink Coke like a normal person?
I do drink Coke. I drink vanilla Coke.
I drink
Vanilla
both
Coke.
because I'm a monster.
At
I
the
drink
same
Monster as well.
time. Just mix them together.
Don't mix them. But
Anyway.
well, whatever Diet Coke is, like
You-
whatever the version is, I don't care.
Keep walking through the woods until you come up to a small lake. As mist drifts over the surface of the small lake. Forested crags line the shore on one side of the lake, and mossy rocks protrude from the shallows. Near the center of the lake is a rocky islet. Is that island? I think it's island.
Is there like a way across without swimming?
Not that you can see, but you do see the water is like crystal clear.
Is it shallow?
It is not.
Is it shallow enough for me to walk through?
It is not.
Well, looks like we're swimming.
All right. Amber like gets out her. She's got some like dry wood, so she's gonna try to like keep that above her. I suspect this was meant to be used in the last little arc we had, so I'm gonna use it now.
Farron gets into the water and starts swimming towards the rock with the summoning thing.
So if you're swimming across, you notice that there's if you're looking down, it's pretty easy to like see through the water. As I said, it was crystal clear. You don't really see any like fish or any other sort of creatures in the water. But the water is quite clear and refreshing, so it's probably
And it
overdue that
takes
you
the
guys had a
drink.
nice clean.
Amber
Yeah,
takes a
it's-
drink.
Yeah, it's quite cold and yeah, it's refreshing. You feel quite refreshed
Refreshing.
as you swim over the to the little island in the middle, and you find there's like a little kind of like a stone ball in the center of the island.
I put the wood in it.
Yep, you put the wood in it.
Can anyone make magic fire, or should I just get the tinderbox out?
I can.
Nice.
Yeah. So I cast Druidcraft and light it on fire.
Shit is lit, fam.
Oh yeah, Waffle, did you still have to roll for exhaustion at the start of today?
No, I'm pretty sure that's over.
Alright, because say if you
Because I
did,
crossed it out in my box.
cool, because if you did and you failed it, drinking from the lake removes a stack of exhaustion.
Oh, good. Well, either way, I'm not exhausted, but I'm pretty sure yeah, that's over now.
Oh,
I need some of that water in real life. Can they bottle this shit?
and actually, hold up. I can't drag into the secrets chat because Beisha's right next to me.
I can
Oh,
leave
right.
the room for a minute.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'll just send a
We'll
message.
plug your ears.
That's fine.
Are you sending me something?
I am. All right.
Huh. Would I know that?
I guess you would feel a slight difference, but I don't think you would know what other than just feeling refreshed, really.
Okay. Okay, well, when I
Yeah.
get over there, I'm just like, so I drank some of that water on the way there. It's really good. I like that water. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm feeling pretty sprightly today.
Did you drink the water?
Huh?
Did you drink any
the
of
water?
it?
I literally just swam.
Well, Ori goes and drinks some as well then. I got taste this stuff then.
You feel quite refreshed.
Yum 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 yum.
You might want to taste some of it. It's like, I can't really describe it. It's good.
This is really like, do it.
It's not taking over my brain with parasites at all.
I'm not forced to say
It's
this.
just really good water. You have to trust
Just
me.
drink the water.
Me? Like, do I have to drink the water? Is that what you're
You don't
You don't
have
have
to.
to, you don't
I
have to drink the
I
water.
just said that it was really refreshing.
But and you place the dried wood in the bowl as well.
Yeah.
Someone got
All
a
right,
light
stuff is
fire?
lit up. Unicorn, come.
Oh, mighty unicorn lady thing. Please be summoned?
What was its name?
Someone
One of
lit the fire?
kids told us. Yeah, Ori did. With Druidcraft.
Yep. So you light the fire.
Yep.
What was the unicorn's name the kids told us?
Lamorna.
Lamorna. That's it. Lamorna, please grant us your wisdom.
Nothing.
Hello?
Give it a minute.
Any unicorns?
Your voice echoes across the water.
Any unicorn enjoyers? Hello?
Nothing happens.
Well, that's not good. I thought this was all we had to do.
The lakeshore mists part to reveal a white horse with a single gleaming horn on her brow. She
think
stands
that's the
perfectly still,
unicorn.
silently observing you. And yes, Waffle's exactly right. I was waiting for 1 minute because it says nothing happens for 1 minute.
Oh.
Like, I think it's
I
gonna
was
take
lit-
a minute. Like, oh shit, he's onto it.
I was literally just like, I guess give it a minute.
I was exactly right. 1 minute.
Okay. Hail and well met. Amber bells.
It doesn't really respond. It's on the shore, so where you came from before. So it's a distance away.
Would you like us to move to where you are?
It's just standing there watching you.
I don't think she can hear us.
Well,
Uh,
swim over.
Farron just starts waving at her, like,
Hey! This way!
It just watches you.
I think she knows. We're here because we wish to help. We wish to get something from the witch. We wish to help free some of the children. Can you help us with that?
She just kind of looks and tilts her head. You get the feeling she's motioning for you to come to her.
All right, let's go. Another dip won't kill anyone.
Or he jumps in the water.
Farron, try the water. It's good.
Okay.
Farron clasps her hands and, like, dips them into the water and, like, has a sip.
Now, after Amber's force fed her on the water, pretty much.
We're all slaves.
Yeah, you're all snow. Your curses are gone.
Oh!
Oh, hell yeah!
Told you it was good water.
Does Aurora drink from it as well? I'm guessing so.
Oh yeah, I forgot Aurora was with us, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, technically she's floating above the water, so. But we can say that she did because I was
feel
pestering
like
everyone.
we could convince her to drink the water. I feel like
Speaking of which, we're supposed to have a 15-minute break now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 50-minute break before you meet the unicorn.
Sounds good.
And hands in the middle and split. See you in 15.
See you in 15.
I'm gonna go make tea.
I have carbonara.
Wish I had carbonara.
I have returned.
With carbonara?
No, I have chocolate-coated Scotch fingers.
Poor Scottish people.
Yeah, that's fine. I found this Twitter page that has the most insane t-shirt designs I've ever seen on them. Like, there's one that just says, it's like a picture of an old-timey air conditioner, and it says, I contracted Legionnaire's disease by drinking from the condensation from my AC unit, and all I got was this $10,000 hospital bill. Like, that's so specific.
Yet so relatable.
Have you seen those weird urinals in the new Nintendo world that they opened that look like piranha plants?
Yep.
They are disturbing. Like, why would you pee in anything's mouth? Well, unless they're expressly asking for it, and that happens to be your and their kink.
Well, have you asked the piranha plants?
They can't talk. These ones are literally just, like, urinals. If they were organic, that would make it a lot worse. Oh, I found the meme I made last time. How I made last time. I don't know why I wrote this, but I did.
What? What do you mean you don't remember?
No, this next one. Why? Why did I write that?
I think it's because he said big white eyes and you thought he said big
Oh.
white guys.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Both of these, if put together, you could put in like a freaking grinder profile.
Are you winning?
This guy isn't. Who wants to load? I just love that face. Reminds me of that gif for the anime guy driving and then his face suddenly just goes like...
Wait, why did we post this meme?
I'm just going through some old pictures. Got a bunch of fun memes.
Yay, memes. Beautiful.
And this is a real English sentence. Thanks, English, you piece of shit language.
I do not like that sentence.
Neither do I. This one was cute.
Aww. Handsome pills. That's
But he
cute.
doesn't need to know that. Oh, did I show you guys this? This is a real statue from ancient times that is amazing, and I want it in my house.
Wait, didn't we just get a little thing of a mouse before? A little wooden...
Yeah, that squeaked. We can
That's
make it.
That's what I
yeah.
imagine it looks like. It looks like that.
Yeah. DM, we're retconning the mouse trinket to look like this.
We're ratconning?
Retconning.
No, we're ratconning.
We're ratconning? Oh yes,
Yes.
right. For some
rat?
reason I just kept thinking of rat as in like the rat tests. And I was like, what?
It's understandable.
And here's one of my favorite memes about anxiety. And this is a nice one.
I think, do we end at 4 or do we end at 5? Do we end at 6?
I think
Aw.
it's 4.
Huh?
I think it's 4 we end, don't we?
2 hours.
Well, Tink is definitely more late than expected.
Yeah.
I don't think she's coming somehow.
She's
on
doing
her
an Amy.
phone. She's on her phone.
She's doing an Amy. I'll be 30 minutes late. Shows up at the end.
Yup.
It's like the opposite of me. I'm like, I won't be there for the session, but I rock up like 40 minutes in. It's Kaiba Boy. The PS5 does look like Kaiba.
What? I mean, like it does
Need
look
more blue eyes
like
white dragons.
It looks like his
his
jacket.
collar.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I know that someone, when the PS5 first came out, literally just put that, like, the model head of Kaiba on top of it and stuck arms to the side. See if I can find it.
Oh my god.
Well, since everyone's back now, should we just get back to it?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
there it
guys
is.
aren't. I don't know. I need the extra 2 minutes of just
Alright.
doing nothing and relaxing, to be honest.
Yeah, memes are
I'll
just
make
made
sure,
to-
just to counteract, I'll make sure the camping is as stressful as possible.
My life's stressful enough. Thank
Unless... Or if you considered not doing that.
you. Have you considered fucking off?
There's Kaiba.
That's actually pretty good.
I know, right?
But I don't believe it, because I don't believe that someone's got a PS5. It's ridiculous.
Apparently they're actually fairly easy to get in Australia now. I'm not interested at all, but
No, neither.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Julian got one for free in a competition.
Do you see Donkey's new video on the Forspoken game?
No,
No.
I haven't really watched any YouTube, to be
Oh.
honest.
I've heard a bunch of stuff about
It's
that
half a second of Forspoken and the rest he's just playing Spider-Man 2.
Hmm.
The new Forspoken game scares me.
That's the one with the really weird, bizarre dialogue.
I don't know what the dialogues. I just heard it's really bad. It's the one,
Oh,
but it's a new game, and it cost $115.
Yeah, get fucked.
No, but that's why it scares me. The next, there's another game that's coming out soon called Redfall, $120. I think this is the new standard price for games.
That's alright, I'll just do what I usually do and wait for
Pirate?
them to be on sale a year
Yo
later.
ho, yo ho, pirate's life for me.
That too.
Hey,
Oh hey, a new cryptid just dropped.
Just like Netflix.
So, like, can we pirate groceries, or...
I mean, that's called stealing.
Once
I mean,
3D printers get there, sure. It's called stealing, or if you get it from sea, it's called actual piracy.
Hmm.
All right.
Breaking some
Well,
old
Have you heard about
maritime
the
laws.
about what's happening with Netflix?
Yes. No password sharing or some shit.
Yep, your account gets blocked.
Yeah.
And not going on holidays.
Yeah.
You can send yourself a code, basically. I think
For
it's like what they
7
said.
days. So don't go away from 7 days. And if you don't watch something for 30 days on your Netflix account at your home, you
I'm
get
sorry,
blocked.
but people are going on holidays in this economy.
People
Like,
can afford Netflix.
in this economy.
Like I can't
Will
afford Netflix.
exist in this economy?
Yeah, literally though. Like, what the fuck? I'm so defeated, man.
New
Alright.
flower-based Slender
swim.
Man.
Towards the
Oh, yeah.
unicorn.
Right, we're swimming towards the
Um,
unicorn.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Swimming,
I forgot to
Doobie-doo,
keep
we
swimming and I drowned.
Swim. Oh, 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 I love to swim. Have you
as you get
swim?
closer, you get within 60 feet, and you hear welcome. Why have you lot come to see me here? You can all tell this voice isn't coming from the unicorn, but seems to be coming from inside your own heads.
Ooh. Telepathy.
I think back. Can it hear me? Like, hail and well met. My name is Amber.
Nice to meet you, Amber. My name is Lamorna.
Interesting. Can we all hear everything then? Are
Yeah,
we, like-
you'll hear it.
Okay. Note to self: do not think of anything embarrassing.
Thinks of something embarrassing.
Amber immediately remembers something horrible, and just her face is just like,
The tree incident. Like,
yeah.
No, it's okay. I won't tell them about the time that you forgot your pants when you went to work that one time and had to hide out in the house of mirrors.
And
While
I
unaware that you were being
I
reflected on every mirror.
I knew full well.
was like,
I knew what would happen.
Oh,
It
I
was on
remember
purpose.
that.
It was on purpose.
Sure, it was.
Oh, at least I didn't trip down a staircase into someone's butt.
is that supposed to be something I did?
Yep. It was just a massive butt creature, and you got stuck in there for an hour. And who helped you out? It was me.
Yeah,
So let's not get all high and mighty.
yeah.
You were bathing for a week. Now let's get back to the
The
Whatever it
plot
is we're doing.
of the plot. Anyway, back to the plot.
Ori, do you have anything embarrassing you'd like to bring up, or
No.
can we talk to the mystical unicorn?
No.
All right. It's a good thing I'm in the water. I'm thoroughly red right now and need to cool down. Okay, so we were advised to come and meet you because we have some business here in Thither, and that requires us to go and see Skabatha. We're not big fans of these hags, but we have to do some dealings with them. Also, we are planning to liberate some children from the hands of the witch. Could you give us any information that might aid us in these matters?
I can't tell you a few things, but I think you've already got people that know more about the actual location itself. Speak, of course, about Will, but I don't think the children are the highest concern. I will tell you though, there are quite a few children being kept by Skabatha.
What is the highest concern if it's not an army of captive children?
Well, I'll tell you that, but before that, I will tell you that all I know that I don't think even Will is aware. One of the kids, I can't say for certain which one, is loyal to Skabatha.
Oh, that's just great. There's a spy in the midst. Excellent.
Do they know they're a traitor? Or is it like a magical thing?
No, they're aware. Now, to tell you what's the greatest concern, well, I have to go back a little bit at time.
Can we get out of the water?
Yes, you can. Sure.
All right.
Hop on.
I
I was
get off
wondering why
and
you guys
start.
were just standing there.
I get out and start drying myself off and make myself comfy.
So the domain of Prismia once belonged to the Archfey Zybilna, but was usurped by her cruel hag sisters, Gebetha Nightshade, by FLORA Blightstraw, and Emmeline Moongrave.
They're
And
her
as she's
sisters.
saying this, you see the water on the lake kind of come to life and
Wait, did we
form
know
the
that
shapes.
did we know that they were sisters until this point?
I don't think so.
No.
Alright.
Well, you knew the hags were sisters. You didn't know Zil Abdullah
Yeah.
was one of the sisters. But if you may make the connection with the story that
Wait,
I
Is
thought
she-
you.
is she adopted? Zybilna?
yes. Anyway, actually, I have a picture
Um,
for all this.
All right, from this point on, Amber is distracted and is looking through her book.
So as she's talking, the water kind of comes to life to form the shapes of everything she's talking about.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
Nice. Amber's like
Yeah.
appreciating it, but is still flipping through a book.
The Bilna was actually. I'm gonna look up. I don't know what this. I've never seen this word before. But I could also probably just ask Pete.
What is it?
Like I'm probably not pronouncing it right. Vainglorious, like a glorious but
Yeah,
vain.
it's
yeah.
Vanglorious. it's
Vainglorious.
pronounced. It's basically just someone who's
Overly proud
really-
by the looks of it.
yeah, overly proud and boastful about it.
Yeah. So Zilbilna was vainglorious and deceitful at times, but her magic kept Prismia safe and isolated. That situation ended when the hags of the Hourglass Coven captured my mate Elidon and stole his horn. And that's where that picture of the unicorn appears that you can see in the thing, and you see the horn like falling off. She's describing it.
Oh no!
And used its a magic to imprison Zul Abdulna in her stronghold, the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Where's the Palace of Heart's Desire? Well, now we know where she is.
But you might know where she is, but the issue is going to be, my mate Eldon's horn might be required to free her. But unfortunately, I don't know the whereabouts of the horn. But I do believe that Eldon is still alive. I would have felt it if he had died. I reckon. I still think he's one of the Hag's prisoners.
So they took his horn to use to imprison Zybilna.
So if he doesn't have a horn, he'll just look like any old horse, right?
Farron, can you roll me a history check?
9. I don't think I have any modifiers. Hang on. No, 9.
I might just give it with you anyway, just because. Actually, no, roll it with advantage, because beasts and fae get advantage.
Yeah,
this area.
19. Let's go.
Yeah.
Noise.
You recall back. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I have to flicker way back to the start. I'm pretty sure it was you. The last words you heard before crossing over from Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Oh, fuck, yeah. What was it? Something about fuck, did I write it down? Hang on.
You remember, Mr. Witch, as you can hear the voices in your head. Mind the rule of 3, future, present, past.
Find the
alicorn
alicorn.
And free the dormant queen at last.
Right, so that's what it's talking about. Okay, yeah.
Oh my god! Remember when I told you about what Mr. Witch and Mr. Light said as I was walking through the portal? You guys
Yeah.
remember?
And I repeat what
Yeah.
DM
And you
just
repeat
said.
it, and I don't know if Amber might also recall from the story. It does kind of stand out a bit, especially the first line of "Mind the rule of 3, future, present, past."
There's a lot going on. Amber's like frantically looking through a book as well.
Do you actually remember, or?
So bits and pieces. Also, is the witch in the story? I, as a player, know that the adopted witch is Tasha. I don't know if Amber knows this.
I believe it was. Was it said in the story? I'm pretty sure it was. But you could also probably make the link now, because
Yeah.
if you remember right, the story mentions that
The fourth daughter was not liked by the others.
no, it wasn't so much that. It was what's what big witch's name? Mother of all witches.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga gave one of her daughter the power of the future, one of the past, one of the present.
Yes, that's right. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So in the story, the mother witch, Baba Yaga, she gave powers to her 3 wicked daughters. The eldest daughter, she gave the power of the past, so she could, checking my notes, sow regret into the hearts of mortals. To the youngest, she gave the power of the future, so she could foretell tragedy. To the middle, she gave the present so that she could trick people who are too caught up in themselves. So that's got something. That's a link. But also, the 4th daughter, born not of her blood, was beautiful as the night, and the other daughters hated her. In time, she ran away and took all of the secrets with her. It said that Baba Yaga and her daughters still hunted her. That was Tasha, a great wizard and witch of renown. But I think that is Zybilna.
The unicorn speaks in your mind. I do not know of her past names, but if it's secret she stole, I do know that in the Palace of Heart's Desire, on the 2nd floor, lays a library where Zybilna kept her most treasured tomes.
Amber's eyes light up for a brief second there.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at Amber, expecting that kind of reaction.
But just when approaching that, you've got to be careful, because when Zybilna ruled Prismere, no one could enter her palace without an invitation. But I feel like it's unlikely that the hags is capable of enforcing the same restrictions on the palace. However,
out of character, when we rescued that fairy dragon, wasn't he like a knight for something of Prismere or whatever?
He was from the Summer Court, which is like another place in the Feywild. They're like the Sun Elves or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them that live there.
But he's from the Feywild, but not from like Prismere. I think it's like outside of Prismere.
Oh, well, because he just kept saying the King of Prismere or the Prince of Prismere or whatever the fuck he kept saying over and over about Prismere.
But you just need to be careful, because a dragon-like a creature called the Jabberwock lives in Zybilna's palace and frequently prowls the forest.
Wait, is this Zybilna's like pet or something, or is this like a guard to stop people from getting her out?
I couldn't tell you. I just know because it quite often tries to reach my wayward pool, but it always gets turned around thanks to my magic.
Well,
but I would highly suggest avoiding the Jabberwock.
Well,
For once it sets its furry eyes upon prey, it really gives up the hunt.
Well, I'm gonna assume that that's probably where those footprints are from.
Yes.
This Jabberwock, is it about like its feet like about yay big, and they kind of like they got these like big claws, and Would you say that it's kind of like that?
And like Farah's kind of like trying to gesture, like explain like the footprints that she saw.
Seen it from a distance, but it sounds similar.
Uh-oh. Well, good thing that we've been hiding in the tree line, I suppose.
Hmm.
Any tips of how to avoid this thing?
I mean, my advice is just to stay in this lake. It's never reached here.
Well,
Unfortunately, that's not an option for us.
no.
Do you want us to just your motivation? Would you like Zabilna returned?
Of course. We were safer when she was here. I mean, she was very prideful, as I mentioned, and sometimes a little bit shady, but I mean, what a rule is not. At least we were safe then.
That tracks with everything I've heard about Tasha. You say that the Jabberwock comes from where she used to be, where she used to, the Palace of Heart's Desire. Is it nearby?
The Palace of Heart's Desire is... Now, I don't know why in this stat block it doesn't actually say, but if I remember correctly, I believe the palace is in Yon.
I assumed it would be, but I just
Well-
figured I'd ask because we found the Jabberwock.
Yes.
At least we got a guide to Yon, so that'll be helpful.
If we can get some ink, or what was it? Not ink.
Oil.
Well,
Oil from the boggles or whatever.
Boggles. A very nice name for something that appears to have been made from children's fear.
Is there any other advice that you could give us? Because we're about to head into what's the place we're heading to?
Yeah, but there's... I don't know what the place is called. The Log Fall?
Loomlurch.
Because we're about to head to Loomlurch to hatch a plan with Will, and we could use any help we could get. Any other insight you might have?
All I could tell you is... Actually... No, sorry, she tells you before that, going back, I just found it, the Palace of Heart's Desire isn't in Yon, but it's in the heart of Prismere.
Where's the heart of Prismere?
I'm sorry, I cannot tell you. You have to find that on your own.
Huh. Okay. Well, thanks for the help, I guess.
Do you know anything about Skabatha?
I know from what I hear that she has a large key on her back that reflects her current mood.
A key on her back?
And I would be rather careful of if it stops ticking. I hear that it only stops when her blood starts to boil over, and usually in such circumstances, red caps are born.
Oh, that's not good.
Wait, do you mean like a clockwork key? Like,
Yes.
but she's not made of clockwork, is she? Or
doesn't
maybe it was
say this, but I don't see why she wouldn't be able to make a water replica of.
Mm.
So yeah, the water forms a shape. Let me just see if I can get one. What images?
She was talking about clockwork soldiers, like tin soldiers, so I figure maybe there's a link. Maybe she's a
The water
steampunk
forms
hag.
a shape.
Oh. Okay.
So that, but you don't see the colors. It's kind of clear
Yeah.
water.
Huh.
Out of character, which person was Skabatha Nightshade's like stolen item or whatever? That had the information about, because we got information of like basically how to defeat them essentially. Like, what was it? Mine was like can't run like Windashins or something.
Widdershins, yeah.
Yeah.
It was me and Tink. I think.
Yeah, mine was for the moon woman. Something about moon shadow. She can't stand to be in an eclipse, but that's not Scabatha.
I think that was the one that I can hear myself echoing through the mic.
Yeah, she was allergic to
So the one with the
seeing
moon-
someone run Windishins anti-clockwise.
Yeah, so that's allergic to that. Yours, I believe, the moon one was the hag of the future, and she foresaw herself dying under a full moon.
Oh, full moon. Okay. So she can't stand the full moon.
Yeah. Character stone, useful secret tied. The hag you seek is allergic to seeing someone run Windishins.
Yep.
It's for Bavlorna. The hag you seek sleeps in a doll's house and can't remember the first creature she sees when she wakes up. For Scabatha. The hag you seek has foreseen her own death, which happens during an eclipse.
Oh, during an eclipse. I thought
During
it was
an eclipse.
Yep. Alright, so this one, she forgets the first creature she sees when she wakes up. That's an interesting weakness.
Yeah, I feel like we could probably use that in our favor.
Yeah. Interesting. She looks very sort of cursed Victorian toy. Huh. Alright, so I assume you haven't had any dealings with Scabatha. Would you know anything about her personality, aside from the generic sort of hag traits, and the fact that she's probably very proud and arrogant, having overthrown her sister?
I hear she likes to be entertained, so
Entertained.
and I've heard that quite a few people have made bargains with her in the past. If you're after something from her, I'm willing to bet that as long as you can get an audience with her, you may be able to convince her to bargain for said items.
Sounds like a plan, and if she likes entertainment, I can probably barter. Am is just sort of scratching her chin.
Well, I think we've really asked everything that we can ask. Thanks for all your help, Lamorna.
Oh, and last thing, because you did mention you after lost kids, I'll let you know that there are 11 in total.
11
11.
children?
And one of them is loyal to Scabatha?
Yes,
So...
but I'm unable to see which one. Sorry.
Would you have any insight into perhaps why they're loyal? Maybe they're being bribed or some such?
I couldn't say for sure, but thinking as children do, they'll probably believe that Scabbers will go easy on them if they are on her side.
I might have a cunning plan. But we can talk about that on the way back.
If that is
Good to
all,
know.
you'll know where to find me.
Amber gives a, stands up and, shakes herself off and gives a long bow.
The unicorn bows back as the mist encloses again and the unicorn vanishes.
oh boy.
A lot
This
to
is gonna-
process.
A lot to process. I don't know what we're gonna do here, but I think we should return to Will and tell him what we know about this spy, I guess?
I'm not sure telling Will would be the best idea right away. Not that I suspect Will, I just think he's very single-minded. He might just start yelling at everyone and demanding to know. What if I were to tell a story with some musical accompaniment, like the story about the witches, the hags? Maybe I could weave some sort of tale together to show how witches never keep their bargains, or how even if you help the witch, they'll gobble you up, something like that. And you guys, while I'm doing all this, can keep an eye on all the expressions of the folk and see who seems the most worried, maybe.
That
Just
sounds
a thought.
Oh, when we get an audience?
Yes.
Or
No. I mean, we do this to the children to see who the traitor might be.
but
The
the
ones
children are
that's
split
already-
up. How are we gonna do that?
Well, all the children who are with Will, because one of them's the traitor, isn't it?
Like,
No, it's the children that I've captured.
Oh, is it?
didn't
Yeah.
I thought it
actually
was
say,
one of the ones with Will.
Like it could be either.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure it's the children that were captured.
I just assumed it was one of the ones with Will, because that would tip off our plan.
Can
if we
you
tried to do it.
confirm, please, DM?
You get the feeling that it was one of the children still in Loomwatch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So my plan would still work. So
Well, yeah, but you would have to go to both groups. There's 2 groups of children. They're split on like either side of the complex.
They're split, and I would say there are no more than say 3 kids in any one spot. So
oh, okay.
Yeah.
you would have to find. They're not
You'd
all
have,
in the
you'd,
same
yeah,
spot.
you'd have to do
Right,
the same
okay.
thing with all of them.
All
I mean,
right,
I could always go and like scope out and like spy and like listen and stuff. But
So yeah,
Yeah,
Will
that's
said
fair.
you had to go back to start the plan, but you can go to Loomwatch before initiating the plan.
I think
You
we
just
should
wanna
do
scout
that.
it out.
I think we should scout it out, or I should alone,
Alright.
maybe. I don't know.
I think you can scout out. Be very careful. I'll give you some magical help with that.
From what you all gathered from like overhearing Will and stuff, you figured out that if there's a goblin market, that's probably going to be open to everyone. It's just more so in the workshop is restricted. So you could all go to the.
Do we know how to get to Loomlurch because of the map, or not really?
Not really, but you already know of one of the best guides here.
Oil can.
Go out the oil can.
Well, he can't guide us because he's got no oil. So
He can't guide you to Yon, but he can guide you. He doesn't have enough to get to Yon, but around here he can.
we have to head back to the tree anyway. But if we do that, then like Will's gonna know that we're going there without him, basically.
Well,
so.
we'll frame it as a scouting mission just to get some more intel.
Alright. Okay, well let's head back to Little Oak or whatever. It's
Yeah,
called.
what was it called?
Little Oak.
I think that's where I was getting confused because I was mixing up Loom Lurch with Little Oak. So all good.
Alright, let's head there.
All right.
All right. You head back. You get back around midday because you got to the pretty early on in the morning.
Hail and well met.
The tree just nods to you again, as it does.
I give the tree a pat.
As you head in, you see.
What the hell is with the creepy thing that you posted in the chat?
Oh yeah, I
Creepy
posted that
shadow.
ages ago. I said new Slender Man just dropped. It's
Okay.
I just thought it was a neat idea for a weird cryptid, like it's a shadow creature but always has flowers for eyes. Maybe it would it's like a creepypasta. It replaces your eyes with flowers.
Okay, so we're back at the
Right.
thing.
Back to the chillins.
As you re-enter, you see the kids. So Bobby the dwarf, Sloane the wood elf, and Zenor the orc, as well as Will. And it was like, oh, so you've finished talking to the that unicorn, hey? Told you she wasn't much help.
She was more help than, well, less help than we would have thought, but more help than we would have. No, I don't know. It was fine. Here's your unicorn costume.
It's rather wet, and he seems kind of hesitant to touch it. It's like, just put it on the floor over there.
Can do. Will,
So you ready for the plan?
not quite. We figured what we'd do is do a quick scouting run to make sure no surprises are going to be there. So I thought-
Persuasion
Ooh,
or
I'm gonna-
deception. Persuasion, I think, is more fitting. Because it is kind of true, so.
Where's my persuasion? I think I've got pretty good. 5, 6, plus 6. Alright.
I mean, you're a bard, you should do.
17.
So you want to go there and scout. That is a great idea.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
even
thought
add
so.
to the plan.
Mm-hmm. And just to make sure we're not, just going to abandon you, maybe Aurora could stay here, because we're probably not going to be long. That's just a little thing to be like.
Fine by me.
Since
Everyone's
Temp isn't
welcome here, except for Hags, as you can see. And he points to a very clearly drawn sign up the front, hanging by the door: "No hags allowed."
Need to get me one of those signs.
Worked
Is that
so
a Will
far.
original?
It is,
Nicely done.
and you can have one too, for just 3 payments of $29.95.
I'll get back to you on that.
But if you get in now, I'll give you a second one completely free.
I'll get back to you on that. Oh, actually, we have some pictures of you.
Oh?
Hey, look. I show him one of the wanted posters. We tore some of these down.
And he looks at, hey, I've got some of them. And he grabs one of those rolled up bits of paper from the basket and unfolds it, and you see there's another wanted poster.
Oh, you are very wanted. All right, well,
I think people just like to see this pretty face,
I have no doubt. I flashback to the meme I made of him screaming.
What was the little oil can's name? Can I get the names of like everybody that's in the tree?
So you've got Bobby,
Hang
the
on.
male dwarf that is growing his first whiskers. Good.
Yep.
You got Sloane. I haven't done her very sarcastic, but she's supposed to be a sarcastic, ginger-haired female wood elf. And Xenor, a tenacious female orc. And Squirt, the Uriel can.
What was the tenacious person?
The
Xenor?
female orc, Xenor. Zennor.
Oh, I missed out one N. Damn fantasy names. Always one
And
extra
what,
letter.
what was she? Sorry.
Orc.
Can I have the description again, please?
Of Xenor?
Yes.
Tenacious female orc.
Okay. So it's midday at the moment.
Yes.
Alright, well, if you're happy with our little scouting mission, can we borrow Squirt? Because we don't really know where we're going.
Oh, absolutely. He loves the guide. And Squirt just pops up. Ready to lead whenever.
Sounds good.
I said Squirt pops up. Alright. So you see him kind of wobble along the floor as you do, like kind of go from side to side to side, like he's walking without legs.
Oh,
So, are you happy to walk along the way, or would you like a...
I've made this trip many a times. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Let's go
How
double
fast-
time.
How
Try and
fast
keep up.
is he moving?
And he starts moving like fast again. He starts sprinting. You guys can casually stroll along.
Oh. Okay.
That's better than I expected, to be honest.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not really organic, so he doesn't really get tired. So he keeps up the speed the entire time. And?
While we're on the way, Farron, I have some new spells that I managed to glean from this book of mine.
Mm-hmm.
When we get there, I can either... I mean, I could do both, I suppose, although that would leave me with some less spells, but, I could make you invisible, or I could just give you really, really, really graceful cat-like movement. So that should be able to help with your stealthing.
I do like the idea of being invisible, because then I can listen out for any potential traitors, I guess.
True.
I also have an amulet of proof against detection and location. That could help.
That's true.
That could help a lot.
So I suggest we hide somewhere outside, and then I'll cast these bad boys on you, or this one on you, and you can head in. Now,
How long does it last for?
1 hour is the invisibility, and the other one is 1 hour. Although, let's see. I think I can only do one at a time, though, because it requires me to concentrate on it.
All right.
So
Well,
I'll do the invisible.
we'll go with the invisibility, and I'll try to run around as quickly as possible to scope out these locations of these kids and see if I can work out who the traitor is.
Sounds good. How you going there, Squirt?
It's like, yep, but he kind of stops a bit in his tracks. There's someone coming. Peculiar.
Who's the someone?
As you look ahead, you see a small, hooded figure kind of walking through the woods towards you. He kind of looks up at you and gives like a small nod, and keeps walking at you like he's going to walk past you.
Hail and well met.
He doesn't respond. He just keeps walking.
Ropin nods back.
Can we roll like a perception to see if we notice anything about him
Yep.
at all?
On a soul to do it.
Well, it ain't fucking me.
I got a 12.
12?
I think mine's an 8.
Oh, sorry.
I swear I had much higher perception than this, but
So Amber, you notice that this figure's trying to. It looks like he's trying to keep his face hidden. You do notice he's in kind of basic sort of clothes that seem to be rather like a dark grey. Around his waist, you see tied to his belt is a wooden unicorn horn, and there's a little bit of paper loosely sticking out of his back pocket.
wait a second, is that one of the kids?
Can I... So there's a wooden unicorn horn. Can I try to get a quicker look at that bit of paper to see what's on it?
Did you want to look at it, or did you want to try and like pickpocket it as he's walking by?
Or you could motion to me to pickpocket it.
Yeah, remember
I'll-
Farron's also got those gloves as well.
Yeah, I'll nudge Farron and just be like, "Ah, check out that piece of paper. Also, he's got a fake unicorn horn.
Huh. Maybe it's one of the kids? Maybe the traitor?
I think it's too big to be a kid.
You think?
Unless there's a couple of them on each other's shoulders.
He's bigger than a kid, yeah. He looks quite bulky.
Be careful.
Okay.
Just let me get up my shit.
Amber just picks out a flute and plays like a little melody as the guy passes to give Farron bardic inspiration.
So what are these gloves I have? What are you on about?
You got the job. I thought the gloves you got from the landlord. The thievery gloves that turn invisible when you wear them and give you bonuses to sleight of hand.
Oh, I do
pickpocket.
still have the crystal orb that okay, so I used to use Edge before, and you could edit the document a bit better, whereas now I have to like actually physically click on the little like boxes and then scroll down. So I do actually have that crystal orb.
Alright, well we've both got one then.
Yeah, so gloves of thievery, +5 to sleight of hand, picking locks, invisible, and I'm invisible when I wear them.
No, the
Oh,
gloves
oh,
are
the gloves are
gloves
invisible.
are-
Okay, so
They give you a
I
+5 to sleight of hand check. So this
Okay.
will be a sleight of hand check.
all right. So I put on the gloves and I attempt to pickpocket the
Right.
Also,
paper.
you've got an extra d6 you can use that I just gave you with Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, so you can roll your dice plus your sleight of hand proficiency bonus, whatever that is,
Plus a
plus
6.
5
oh,
for the
D6.
gloves, plus the d6.
So 11.
So 11 plus
um,
sleight of hand.
So it's 17 with my sleight of hand plus.
Plus, so then it's 22 plus the gloves,
And plus
plus-
1d6.
plus the 1d6 because of Bard. Which this is already more than enough to get 5, but...
Plus another 4.
So 26 sleight
Jesus.
of hand.
Yep.
This guy doesn't even know.
Yeah, he just casually walks past and... Amber is a bit disappointed because was kind of watched this person go by and saw that you didn't take the paper or anything, and in fact no one saw you take the bit of paper until they look up and they see you just holding this bit of paper.
Hey, why didn't you take the... Oh. Nicely done.
Thank you.
And I hand it to Amber.
So you hand him this guy still slowly walking away. You read it. It looks like a contract for what is this place called again? I can't read today. They have a company for the League of Malevolence. Malevolence? I can't. Malevolence. That's how I can't read.
Male violence.
Male violence.
The
Malevolence.
League of Male Violence. Oh
Hey,
no.
sure, why not? It's a contract for the assassination of someone called Lamorna.
Oh no.
Fuck. Fuck.
We can't let that happen.
We should probably stop
He's-
him.
He's got
gotta-
the unicorn horn too.
He's got to be able to get in here.
Hold up, Squirt.
What is that?
Is that a fucking red cap?
No.
No, it's
Okay. Okay, thank God. Okay.
What is it? Is it a... The teeth are throwing me off. Otherwise it looks like a really buff halfling.
It's
Orc?
a
Half
small. It's a small orc.
Small
It's a orc.
Skipped leg day.
So Farron kind of like looks at all of you as in like just to like get the go ahead, like are we gonna like fuck this guy up kind of thing? Like
Amber just sort of like thinks and then nods like, yeah.
all right. I rabbit hop in front of the guy.
Missing something?
The second you do this, he kind of jumps back, and readies his daggers, but he is surprised. Everyone roll initiative.
Nice.
We roll a d20, don't we? Yes.
I got an 8. Do we get any pluses to initiative?
It should be near your HP, I
You
think.
could get a lot. I'm pretty sure it's your dex modifier.
I got 20 in total. I'm rolling good
8,
today.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
I got a 10 in total.
Right, so I have to go back through because I can only type so far. So Farron, you got a
14.
14. Amber got a
20.
European got a
10.
Amber's up first. I should put the markers down so you guys can know. Or do you not really care? It's just a one single combat.
that should
Theater
be
of the Mind's
fine.
fine for this one. So you guys are back. Everyone's back about say 30 feet. So he's 30 feet back from you guys. He's there. Farron's on the other side of him, right in front of him, so within 5 feet, I would say. You jumped right in
He's
front of him.
between us.
Pretty much, yeah. Enough
Yep.
to like hold the paper up like next
Yep.
to his face.
You
so-
can see because you're having right at him. This guy he's not having any of it. He's
Just fight
down to
mode.
fight. Yeah, he's fight mode.
Oh yeah? You wanna go?
And like Farron gets her weapons out.
Yeah. So it goes Amber's first for.
Okay. Amber casts Fairy Fire on whatever this dude's called.
Yeah, that's a roll from him, isn't it?
I think so. Let me just, if I could spell fairy. Oh, it's spelled with an E. That's why.
Yeah, spelled weird.
Dexterity
just Fey
saving
Fire.
throw.
Dexterity saving throw. He's.
Oh, hang on.
pretty-
Yeah. Creature in the area, dexterity saving throw, or they, get lit up.
17. You got a 20.
Yeah, that'll beat mine. So everything around him is lit up, but not him.
He's an assassin because you would imagine that they have pretty high dex.
Yeah. Well, with my bonus action,
I will say that I don't think you guys are going to have very many issues with this fight.
all right. With my bonus action, I cast Vicious Mockery, saying,
Is that
"Aren't you a
bonus
little
action?
short for an assassin?"
Is that a bonus action? Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. Oh no, sorry, my bad. It is
I
one.
thought it was a full attack.
No,
yeah,
I was
a full
thinking
attack.
I was thinking of Bardic Inspiration. My
You
bad.
can just straight up mock him. It won't do anything though. But if you want,
All right, yeah, I'll just be like, "Aren't you a little short for an assassin?"
I
I'm
think
just-
he's
he
short.
doesn't-
I think he's too short for anything, Amber.
he doesn't respond. It goes to his turn, but he misses his turn because he's caught by surprise. Farron.
I
must
stabbed
have
this
rolled
guy with
good.
my rapier.
Let's fucking shank the bitch.
Shank the bitch.
Fuck, I overall good. 14. What do I don't get any bonuses, do I? I don't
You
think.
do. It'll be
Dexterity.
your dex and your proficiency, but I can tell you now, unless they're in the negatives, you hit.
Oh, well, my proficiency bonus is +2 and my dex is +6, so.
So plus 6.
22.
Shouldn't be +6. That seems impossible.
Oh, it's +4. Sorry, I was reading
Yeah,
the wrong
right now.
thing.
But no, that because I think that +6 is what you've already added up. Because that's 2 + 4, so yeah, you have a +6 to what you rolled.
Oh yeah, so that's
Yep. So that +6 must have come from your actual.
So it'd be
proficiency
20,
and-
so 20 then.
Yep. You hit. Roll damage.
What is it? So
1d10.
I got. Oh, I do have a plus. Oh, I do have a +6 attack bonus
Yeah, because
with my rapier.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Okay.
the-
Yeah. So it's 1d8 + 4. Okay. 9.
9 damage.
Nice.
Yep. You skewer him. You shank the bitch, as they say.
They do say that.
He did not like that. But he's
I'd be
still
worried if he
standing.
did.
He just goes harder.
Shank me harder, daddy.
Ah, you into
no
some
thanks.
kinky shit, are we?
What's that? There's someone that did a D&D campaign, and they had found a living shield that was into like pain and stuff. So it just
Masochist shield, yeah.
it was the curse. So it was like a really good shield, but the people just did not want to use it because like this is just awkward. I love that idea. It's like
Yeah.
I know the
that's
shield's
terrible.
amazing, but I'd rather not.
It keeps moaning.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Orapin.
So I use guiding bolt.
Yep. Roll to hit.
It's a D20, isn't it?
Yes. Plus your spell hit modifier.
So 9 plus what's my spell hit modifier? Plus 5, so 14.
You hit.
Yay! Then I roll.
Look at this guy's chunky gloves. They're so big.
It'd be
It's
so
like a-
funny if it turns out that he's not actually gonna go kill the unicorn and he's just like
He's actually the orc child. You just
Forward.
shanked him.
So
He just found a piece of paper. He can't read.
do I roll a d6 4 times? It says 4d6.
Yes, on a hit, target takes 46 radiant damage.
That's a really good attack.
It's the first time I've actually hit with it.
Oh. Well, this
So,
guy's about to get
three-
leveled.
he's about to get fucked up.
5, 6, 3, 4,
How do you feel about bolts of the guiding variety?
14.
It's probably like, what? And then just
15.
Boosh.
15 total.
Yep.
He's looking rather bloody, and guiding bolt. The next attack against it has advantage.
Yeah.
So 15. Let me just do some math. That will be. He's not looking good.
Wow, Ori, didn't know you had that in ya.
nice.
And now, like the other spell's supposed to do, he is lit up. Now it's back to Amber.
All right. Well, he's already lit up, so I can do that. You know what? What was the piece of paper said? Like the Malevolence, Order of Malevolence, or something?
Yeah.
League of
League of Extraordinary Malevolent Male Violence.
Sure. Male violence,
Um,
which I'm pretty sure is led by a woman.
I mean, that makes sense.
Well, we're all women, so
Yeah.
fuck this guy.
You're not looking so good there, are you? What do you call yourself, a professional assassin? Don't look that professional to me. And I cast Vicious Mockery. So he needs to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take some psychic damage. And the spell DC is...
He rolled an
13?
18
God damn it.
plus.
Yeah, he's already beaten
He
it.
got a 20.
Alright, well, I just insulted him then. Amber's still fine with that.
All right.
Guys, he's
his
being
tur-
professional. I don't like this.
On his turn, he is going to attack. Guess makes 2 attacks. What's this? Oh, that's that one. Why is it got different name? You know how rogues get that action where they can take like a disengage and stuff as a bonus action? Cunning action. He's got that, but it has a way cooler name. It's
What's
the
it
exact
called?
same thing, but it's called Assassin's Whim.
Okay.
He just renamed it because he's edgy.
Yeah, he's a professional. He makes an attack. 2 attacks, so he's going to make 1 attack at the bunny in front of him, and he's going to throw a dagger behind him at the person that's been mocking him. So,
And we can't dodge attacks, can we?
you
Not
can
unless
take
it
a dodge
requires-
action, but that's just gives a disadvantage. So,
But you have to take the
dodging
action.
attacks is kind of your AC. So that's why you wear like light and medium armor.
Right.
It's the armor plus your
Okay.
dexterity, because that dexterity part is you dodging.
Yep.
So it's kind of input in your thing.
So he just has to like match.
yeah,
like, my
he got
AC.
a 16 to hit.
He does hit me. My armor class
hit
is
you?
15. Do I have any? I don't have any like modifiers or anything like that. To...
No. Let me just roll the other one to hit Amber.
You don't need a roll high for Amber.
No, it rolled pretty low, so that was a 12.
Oh, just misses.
Just misses.
Amber's is 13.
All right. So that just kind of it almost like scrapes your cheek as it flies by.
I thought you had more AC than me.
No, definitely not, because I only have light armor, and I've only got
Yeah.
a 2 dexterity.
And you would have a
modifier.
high IC because, yeah, as I said, you high dex, so you dodge things better. But I think, do you have Uncanny Dodge yet? D&D 5e Rogue. Because I know
I don't think
rogues
so.
at some point
I've got
Get
have
like
uncanny
sneak
dodge,
at-
so they
I've
take
got
half a damage if they can see the attacker.
I've got
No, you
sneak
get that level
attack,
5.
cunning
Alright.
action, lucky
So he
footwork, and rabbit
attacks.
hop.
It's not too much damage. So it's.
Feel the attack of my
uh,
ebony dagger, Blackfall. It's
No,
like,
it's not
my
that.
dude, that's a bread knife.
I don't know how to count. There we go. You take 7 points of damage.
So I'm at 11 hit points.
That's the good thing about Amber. She is a tank now. She's got 31 hit points,
Oof.
but she can get hit real easy.
Yeah. Amy rolled for health and rolled a 1 for the level up.
Oh,
What for health? What?
sucks.
For health
I
when she leveled up.
Yeah, when you level
Oh.
up, you can either
Yeah,
take
I roll. I rolled pretty well when I did my.
Yeah, I think
last
everyone
rolls,
did.
actually.
Yep.
But Amy, she rolled a 1. But she
I
has a
roll-
higher con, so yeah.
the fact that I'm a dwarf gives me a bonus to every time we roll for health. I get a +1.
And now it is Farron's turn, so you can have your revenge.
Well, I'm gonna stab this guy that just stabbed me. Where did he hit me?
He kind of went through like kind of your stomach, sort of. He just went stab.
Ugh.
Ugh! Hey, I need that to eat food.
And I stab him right in his fucking gut.
All right.
Oh, it just
Rolled a hit.
I just rolled off the fucking. Wait, did that not do anything? Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me try again.
Oof, yeah, you hit.
18 plus whatever. He gets hit. He's right. I stabbed him in the gut. I stabbed him real good.
Hold on one sec. I just want to check something. Once per turn.
He can
once
negate
per
all damage to his stomach,
turn.
but only if he is attacked in the stomach specifically. This is
You don't
very,
need
very
advantage on
important.
the attack roll if an enemy is within 5 feet of it. Okay, yeah. No, you don't have advantage, so yeah. So you hit. Roll
Yep.
for damage.
Kill that bitch.
So it's a 1d8
1d8
plus
plus-
4.
I have a rapier, but I only do +2.
9 again.
9.
9.
So that is. Okay, you see him. He's very bloodied up. He's barely standing. He just kind of responds back. But you eat with your mouth.
Oh, shut up.
Whose turn is it? End this fool.
Orapin. Not a lot of health left at all.
How close is he to Farron?
5
Right
feet in
next.
front, like right in front.
Okay.
Don't waste any super spells.
No. um.
I feel like you could just walk over and just
I
kick him in
think-
the nuts and he'd go down.
I think I'm just gonna use magic stone, so I'll just throw a stone over.
Nice.
You laugh, but magic stones, bro, get hit so hard. All right,
Is
roll
that
the
a
hit.
cantrip?
It
think
is
so.
a cantrip. 9 plus.
That is actually really good.
Yeah, it hits hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For a cantrip.
Yeah, that's way better than I thought. I might
Yeah.
have to take that in like other characters.
I don't
'cause
think it has to be
that's-
rocks. I think it's like literally just anything you can pick up.
11.
Or I was thinking, I'm
It's
thinking of-
a D20 plus proficiency, isn't it?
Yeah, would be your spell thing. So it should be
Ah,
proficiency and
Spell attack modifier.
yes.
So and proficiency.
Your spell attack. What if I already has it added in?
Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You hit just.
Ooh,
Fuck him up,
only
Ori.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. Then I roll.
1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay. Wait, what's my spellcasting ability modifier?
Your wisdom, I think.
My wisdom? Okay.
Mine's charisma.
Plus I roll with advantage, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Actually, no. Sorry, you go back. I think he's dead.
Oh.
Sorry. Roll is back. Hold up, hold
Chuck a
up.
stone at his
No,
body,
hold up.
Ori.
Jack is stone as dead corpse.
No, because I completely forgot about that spell. That means Farron had advantage because of that, and that also means Farron got sneak attack damage.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh.
That's right. The next, yeah. Okay.
So maybe just add on the, unless you can want to roll again, see if you would have gotten a crit.
Okay.
See if you just roll first, see if you wouldn't crit. If not, just roll a d6 for the extra damage. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
So roll or is it 2d6 now? What are you on? Level 3. You're on 2d6. Yeah, roll 2d6 additional damage.
6.
Nice.
So you eat with your
And a
mouth
1.
was you eat with your mouth were his last words as you went down.
With your...
So when I said, shut up, that's what I said. That's the last thing
Yeah.
you heard as he died.
So he's on the ground. He's bleeding out. He doesn't look quite dead. So if you wanted to, you could save him, but he is dying on the ground now.
Amber walks over. In the picture, he's got like potions and pouches. Has he got anything on him?
Yes, he
Like-
does.
Is
He
it
has
like a
potion on
healing
his back.
potion or something?
You
Or do I need to
loot-
identify it?
No, you can. It's labeled on the thing. It's got a little one of those little paper things that are on a bit of string around the top. You
Poison,
take off
do not drink.
potion of invisibility.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'll be taking that.
There you go.
Are
Do I need my spell?
Are we going to heal him?
Alright, I want to like stabilize him for a sec. And I'm like,
I don't
hey,
want to be the one that guides the campaign, but do you want to tie him up before you stabilize him? Just throwing it out there.
I guess, yeah, if he's gonna not bleed out immediately. I think I got some rope. Who's good with ropes?
Not me.
I mean, I have a rope. I'll
Alright.
give it a go.
Yeah, just tie his hands behind his back and his feet.
Maybe tie him to a tree.
Yeah,
Farron
probably something.
like ties him up and like hoists him up like on a tree, so he's just swinging.
Dangling.
He's just swinging from a tree branch.
Alright, do I need to do like a medicine to stabilize him or something?
Yeah, roll a medicine check. I was having to read ahead. There's something quite sneaky you could do here, but I wonder if you guys will think of it. We'll find out.
Well, I'm not great at medicine, but...
I can roll for it. I'm not decent at medicine.
Okay. Yeah, I've only got +1.
I've got +5.
Nice. You want to maybe patch him up a bit, Ori?
I can do that.
Do we have to?
I think it's important to know about this male violence. This is becoming a PSA.
16.
Well, heal me first. My stomach hurts.
Oh, yes. We don't have any healing potions or anything, do we?
No, I have a healing spell, but
So do I. I've got
yeah.
cure wounds. Let's see. Alright, Amber puts her hand on your shoulder and you regain... There's a 1d8. That is not a d8. What the hell does a d8 look like? Oh, it's one of these diamond ones. Let's see, that is 8 plus 5, so you regain like...
Yeah, I am back to
Yeah.
full health.
I got you. There you go.
Thanks, Amber.
No problem. Mr. Male Violence, wake up. I gave him a bit of a slap around the face.
Oh, I want to do that.
And Farron also slaps him.
I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. Just
Oh, and I take his pouch and his knives and just put them to the side. All right.
Fortunately, there is nothing on here that actually says what's in the pouch, so that's very annoying.
Can we offer to make a contract with him?
Maybe.
So then he can just assassinate Skavathar or whatever.
I doubt. I mean, if we took him down by
yeah,
like kicking him a few times.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to do that somehow.
Probably not.
So you thought you could kill a unicorn, huh?
An overgrown horse.
Mm-hmm.
Pays quite well.
With a giant horn attached to its head. Have you ever tried to fight a horse?
Well, I had 2 horns attached to my hands.
Uh,
Called knives.
Yeah. You do know a horse is very
Yeah.
big, and unicorns are fucking magical.
Not when they're dead.
Alright, so what's the deal with this, whatever of malevolence? What's that
The
all
what?
about?
Also, how the hell do you know that you have to disguise yourself as a unicorn? Who told you that?
And I like kind of wedge my rapier like at like where his wounds are.
I saw some people do it.
Oh,
Just I start sweating and look around. Just a group.
Oh my god, you were the one in the forest.
was it us?
No, he's looking around.
Farron, would you mind just pointing that rapier just slightly closer to that wound there? I mean, he's
With
sort of...
pleasure.
They looked. Oh, now look at it. They look like you guys.
See, you're dangling
Could have
from
been.
this...
Not out of this world.
You're dangling from this tree, and if it does get any more windy, you might start rubbing your wound up against this delightful rapier that my friend here has. So,
You know what? You're right. So how about we just let me down? I'll go about my work. You guys can go do whatever you were doing.
tell you what,
And I won't.
we'll consider that. We'll consider it. But first, tell me everything you know about the Order of Malevolence, or whatever the fuck it's called.
I can't say I know a lot. I don't even know where you even
You
heard
have-
that from.
Okay, what's this? And I
I-
grab the contract.
That I'm not quite sure. I can't really remember. Maybe some gold
Amber,
would
like,
help.
Amber puts her finger...
You know what
and
also
just-
helps? Living. And if you don't start talking, I'm gonna end it here.
Amber
Okay,
just pushes him
yes,
forward.
yes. Yes, I know.
Amber pushes
I know.
him forward, so he starts, like, you know, swaying back and forth a bit more, so when he comes back, he's closer to the rapier.
Okay, I can. Right, I knew about the unicorn horn because I was following you guys for some time.
Hmm.
I can't tell you much about the league because I don't want to. Okay, I can tell you that
So you could tell us you don't want to tell us.
I will end up just as dead if I told you. But
Well,
now
then-
I know why you guys are here, and I can tell you some information.
Start talking.
You guys are also looking for little Bilna, right? And a palace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you that most of the creatures in a palace, including the Bilna, are frozen in time, and the hags of the Hourglass Coven used a artifact called Igwil's Cauldron to accomplish this effect.
Would Amber know the name Igwiliv?
Um.
I, as a player, do, but I don't know if Amber would. Want me to roll for it?
Yeah, maybe just roll for it. See if you've heard reference in
History.
books you've read. Yeah, roll a history.
16 plus 3, I think.
You've heard references, yes.
Okay. All right. Igwiliv's, what did you say it was? Cauldron?
Yes.
So,
Has a lot of names apparently.
so how did you find this out?
The League knows stuff.
And what's the League's motivation in all this? Do they want Sibilna back?
I can't tell you that.
Or do they
But-
prefer working with the corrupt hags,
If you let
perhaps?
me go, I will let you know someone that was much better. In fact, I'll even stop going after this unicorn that you seem to care about. But I'll let you know of someone that's much better to ask than me if you want any or the sort of information.
All right, and I like
Interesting.
cut the rope of the rapier,
if
so he
we
so he
let
just
you go,
slams
you'll
onto the
tell
ground.
us about a person who may or may not exist who will be more able to answer our questions. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
And
All right, sounds
I'll
good.
even do it
And
for
I-
free.
And I slice the rope so he lands like thuds down like from the tree.
All right, fair enough. There's several members of the league. From what I understand, what you guys are after, I would recommend speaking to one of the members named Skylar. She's a
Skylar,
human
huh?
warlock. She's a human
Oh.
warlock from an archfey named Baba Yaga. She'll know. She knows way more about the cauldron and more about the hags than anyone else.
I'll bet she does.
Interesting. And we have a warlock in our party, so this could work in our favor. You better stay the hell away from that unicorn, little guy.
Also, we're
Yep.
keeping his stuff.
Well, not gonna get very far with that much stuff. Couldn't even spare just a few bits of gold.
Absolutely
we look like we
not.
have gold.
Yes, we can. Because we're not allowed to steal. So in the Feywilds.
The Zabilna's not around though.
No, but it's still in effect for now, I think, because I think if stuff gets stolen... Don't we have stuff stolen, or is that... I don't know.
You've had stuff stolen whilst you've been here.
Plus, you did say that you'd do this for free, so, I think we've been pretty hospitable.
Alright. Well,
I'll give him a single gold coin.
aren't
Fair
you
enough.
generous?
Farron rolls her eyes.
And I guess I won't be needing that anymore. And he nods to the bit of paper you're holding. Well, I'll be off. And he starts slowly, like, holding his
What's
wound
your-
and staring back the way he came, so not towards the unicorn.
What's your name?
Name's Zarak.
Hello. I'll be, filing that one to my memory.
Alright, I warily watch him and I pick up his daggers.
So what is he?
He's an orc assassin.
Orc assassin. And
Was
that's
there
probably
anything-
where we'll end it.
Yeah. There was nothing in
And-
his pouch, was there?
No, there's no loot window for him. It just says that he does have a potion of invisibility on him, which I assume is that thing you can see on his
Yeah.
belt.
On his butt.
He also had 2 daggers, but as far as I can see, they're just normal ass daggers.
Yeah. Well, does anyone need extra daggers? Otherwise, I'll hang on to them.
I've already got 2, so...
I only have 1. Do you want one, Ori?
Yeah, I'll have one. I've got 0.
Yay!
But I don't really need them, I suppose. I got magic stones.
Well, you might need it just in case you need to cut something. Stones aren't very good for that.
So we'll end it there.
What,
but
what does Squirt think about all of this? Like, we've literally just fucking butchered some more.
Amber
He's
runs
just
back
there.
to Squirt, just like, you going good?
another day in the Feywilds. Let's keep going. Same thing happened last Tuesday, in fact. But yeah, no, there's an opportunity at that point, because we're just saying this now because the session's over. Where it's like, I don't know why they described this in the book, but it's genius. And so Zarek loves gold, and you can tell him about Nib's cave and take him there, and he steals all the gold, and then he inherits the curse.
Oh.
Aww.
If I'd known that, that would have fucked over a landlord and this guy.
Yeah.
Damn
Oh,
it.
that's gonna bug me now.
Well, I didn't know that he liked gold. I just assumed
Same.
that he's like, just didn't
Did it a
like
few
that
times.
we
That's
didn't
why I
like
was
that we
like, I could do it for some gold. I'll tell you for free. I'll leave it to you for free. So I would like some gold.
But that's not free.
Yeah.
Alright. He has like World of Warcraft gloves.
Hmm.
They're just like giant.
Alright, well, let's end it here. So the next session would be...
The next session would be
The
Loom
f-
March.
would be the 4th of March.
Eh,
Does
put on
that
my
mean anything
calendar.
to anyone?
Yep, it's the 4th day of March. That's what it means to me.
Yeah,
I
that should
think
be
I've got
fine for me. I don't have anything
planned.
planned then.
I don't know, I just know that a lot of people have like birthdays and stuff around that time, so I just wanted to make sure that it's like not...
My
But I
birthday
will
is
just
in
say,
less than a week.
I just want you everyone to be aware. Hot pot in 2 weeks. That is all.
Hot pot.
Yes.
I
So
fucking
what?
love hot
So
pot.
do you want to book it, or do you want me
Yeah,
to?
I'll book it on the week. So Monday.
Are you coming to that, Pete, or not?
I don't know yet.
It's on the 18th
It depends on
on a
my
Saturday.
money.
at 5:30.
So 18th. I'll put it in my calendar.
Because yeah, I think it's just me, Julian, Jack, Amy, and then Frank. So.
And hot pot. Hot pot's a person too. Don't leave them out of this.
Gizmo, just let me know when you book it, and I'll let you know if I can come or
Yeah.
not.
I'd say
hoping to know by
just
then.
book for 6 people, and if he doesn't show up, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure like Retro's great and all, but I'm just in it for the hot pot. If I'm being honest.
yeah.
It's
I
my
don't know.
favorite
I just wanted to
pot.
do something nice. Like if someone's coming
Yeah.
down, like all the way down here, like I feel like we should just hang out.
So yeah. So next session, by the looks of it, is just going to be all Loom Lurch, I believe.
Cool.
Which is a lot going on in Loom Lurch.
I
Looks
feel like
like it.
there's a lot going on generally. That was fun though. Alright, well,
I'm surprised
Also-
I didn't get spoiled on the Zabilna thing.
Yeah.
Because
And Igwills? Igwills?
Igwiliv.
Igwiliv.
I know that. But yeah. I'm a big Tasha fanboy, so
Yeah, this person has a lot of alias.
yeah. Youngest daughter of the Baba Yaga.
alright, well,
Igwil,
I'm
Tasha,
gonna stop
Natasha.
recording now. So
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, I guess, for Hot
Yeah.
Pot.
Yeah, also the other
Sounds
thing,
good.
did you want to know what that ringing noise was that led you to the people? Because that's a very niche thing.
Yes, please tell.
So when you get lost, if you ever get lost in the Feywilds, you get guided back to the group by a
Huh.
ringing sound. And the only reason why that happens, and I know it happens depending on how many you give, is because you gave buttons to a monkey.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what it comes around to. When you get lost, a ringing sound
It came
will guide
back!
you out.
I'm a
I knew
Because
genius.
of the buttons.
I knew this would come back. I knew this would come
I
back.
forgot about that.
There's so much
Comes
more.
full circle.
There's so many more.
Is
Like,
that
small random
actually
shit.
is that actually in the campaign?
Yeah, it's in the campaign.
Oh
If I go
my
way,
God.
way back to the monkey.
No, I remember it, but like I thought that you would just like using your DM powers to like just make that happen. I didn't realize it's
I
actually
think that
in
happened-
the campaign.
Yeah, no. I want to try and find the
Ah.
exact wording from the monkey. Ticket
So is
booth.
the ringing made by the monkey? Like, is it?
Yeah, is it his little symbols
know.
that he's like
Yeah.
clanging around?
Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place beside a smile upon my face. On the story tracker, jot down the names of characters who give at least one button to Ernest. If one or more of these characters find themselves trapped or captured or lost in Prismere, they will hear a distant whistle that will guide them to safety.
Huh.
That's cool.
That makes absolutely no sense, but I love it.
But there's just so much like random shit you guys did
Feywild.
in the carnival that comes back like that.
Well,
Just randomly.
we all got freaking singing lessons from a mermaid, so we can now sing underwater.
Yep.
I have no idea if that's gonna
we
come
can,
back.
We can,
That's
yeah,
definitely
we can,
coming back at some point.
We're gonna
I hope so.
sing to some mermaids. Cool.
Yeah. Now, for this
Um,
puzzle, you can either take 800 damage each, or sing underwater.
Yeah, jot down the names of characters that took singing lessons. their talent might benefit them later in chapter. I'm not going to tell you what chapter
Yeah.
it is, but
Oh, cool.
basically everything
Interesting.
you did, big or small, in the carnival comes back at
I
some
feel
point.
like we did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like we did. I feel like we did a fair bit of things. And now we're just fucking killing orcs apparently. Like,
He was so
Lord
swole
orcs.
for an orc. Like, he doesn't look like an orc.
no. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Alright.
Alright,
Catch you
peace.
later.
See ya.
Bye.
Ta-ta.